And it looks like we are live on both YouTube and Rumble right now for the pregame show. Make sure you like and follow on Rumble, like and subscribe on YouTube. We are here, and I guess we're going to do a couple things here for pregame. Pardon me. I'm actually looking for some pregame content at the moment. And my co-host Omnicast.net will be joining us very shortly. So without further ado, well, with a lot of ado, if I'm not careful here, let's check out some videos that I was watching last night. Since we're all up here on Star Trek stuff. Really cool stuff that I found. Let me if I got a cough. I'm not coughing here. Okay. And more bodily function. Stand by. That sneeze was so violent that my microphone, which is clipped onto my shirt, fell off. Great. I found videos I want to watch. All right. These videos are going to be not courtesy of, but found on JTVFX's YouTube channel, JTVFX. And I'm going to leave the entirety of the video up and share the screen. This way, a full credit goes to the creator. These are some awesome animations that I found. I technically didn't find them, but really, really cool stuff. Check this out.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to seek out new life and new civilizations.
Boldly going where no man or no one has gone before.
YouTube channel and subscribe to them. They are super good. Super, super good. And then there was another one that they did that was really, really good. Oh, look, there's our live stream right there. Wee-hee. A little bit of self-promotion there. But yeah, JTVFX is the name of that channel. I'd really recommend subscribing to them if you're into Star Trek animations and things like that. All right, so this part's from my Rumble audience. And yeah, let's infuriate some people and infuriate YouTube, because at least this video will stay up. Rumble. And this comes to us, unfortunately, from the New York Post tabloids. And it looks like another state is attempting to pull off a Colorado. This is Maine. And let's see if it's of any consequence. Look up how many electoral votes Maine has. It's just so inconsequential. It could be an inconsequential thing, but this is the Northeast. And according to the Electoral College map, Maine has a measly 3 electoral votes and hasn't flipped an election one way or another in quite some time. So the question now becomes, can Maine cause significant damage to Donald Trump? The answer will probably shock us all if we look it up here on Google. Of course, I believe these numbers do change with the populations. Well, they should. Let's take a look at this. We're not going to read the entire story because we're going to look at the comments section mostly on this one. And we're going to trash this. So we're not going to get copyright infringement from the New York Post. You can go to newyorkpost.com and read this on your own. But suffice it to say, the Secretary of State of Maine has tried to disqualify Trump from voting. Here's the things that are not copyright protected: the comments section. And if you think the comments section on YouTube is bad, or this is utter garbage, and we're going to find out right now. And there's a healthy mix in this comment section. We're going to be looking at this together for the first time, of Trump supporters and Trump enemies and never Trumpers. But the AI is targeting Trump supporters. To say that somebody is wrong about something gets you banned. I know this from personal experience. I got banned because I told somebody they were wrong. And all I said was, you are wrong. This is the fact. Your comment was rejected because you violated terms of service, and now you are banned. Okay, so here we have somebody that says something reasonable, and then we're going to see them get attacked mercilessly. So one person decides who is on a ballot and who is not. Regardless of party affiliation, this type of action should alarm everyone, as well it should. Regardless of the case, since it is one person making the decision and not a judge, this will definitely wind up before the Supreme Court. Okay, so some people are now saying this, and I do love it when anti-democratic Democrats do the same thing that they claim President Trump was trying to do and never did it. True, this is a coup and an insurrection by executive fiat, which it is. and should never stand, which it shouldn't. Says you are absolutely correct. The sun doesn't shine on the same dog's butt all the time, which is true. I'm alarmed. My 3 cell phone alarm clocks go off every morning, forcing me to roll out of bed and tap the screen of each one while grumbling. Stupid comment. This one won't even make it to the Supreme Court. It will be appealed and overturned by the lower courts way before it gets there. We wish. You are correct. I think this is referred to as tyranny, which is why 2A exists. I said it. The Constitution isn't one person. Yes, obviously, it will wind up before the Supreme Court. Democrats don't see it and will howl when the Republicans use it against them. Democrats will make it. Democrats are willing to mutilate their own children for Reddit, gold, and Twitter likes. This is true as well. Let's see. It's a sign of fear. The Democrats constantly claim voter suppression and disenfranchisement, and the right and turn right around to do it somewhere else. And you're going to see this pattern. You're going to see all the good comments towards the top, but as you keep digging lower, you're going to start to see the cockroaches come out of the woodwork on this one. And speaking of cockroaches, lol, what a beautiful day. Trump's attempted coup finally catching up with him. So wonderful that there are Americans with integrity who are willing to hold him accountable. Probably somebody who's never prayed a day in their life. May God bless their efforts. No, God is cursing them. They always accuse others of the things that they are doing. Yep, this is true. And that's been the problem the whole time. And we, the people, are supposed to believe that there's no such thing as the deep state. Main Secretary of State should be immediately impeached. Another Trump, never Trumper. Impeached for what? Impeached for this. First-year law student knows that there's no basis in the law to support the action. It's called acting on a whim. It's a bit more solid than that. It is not. Unfortunately, the Constitution it is not. And not unfortunately, Bad Ronald should go to North Korea and live there. Unfortunately, the Constitution is left to interpretation by higher courts. Unfortunately, you're lucky it's left to interpretation by higher courts. But now we're starting to see people playing fast and loose with their overreach of power, and the Secretary of State of Maine definitely overreached their power. And that's the end of that. It's drug abuse of people who support it for drug abuse, and this is a product of that. This is true. This is what legalization gets you. Based on his interpretation, if Trump committed an insurrection, kind of hard to prove without a conviction. And you know this, true. He's been acquitted of that because he hasn't committed insurrection. The insurrectionists were all insurrecting and trying and invading the Capitol over a separate issue last month. That's an insurrection, folks. All right. So, yeah, this is actually the show I wanted to do, just go through these comments. I can't go through too much and I can't go too in-depth because we are simulcasting on YouTube. So if you're watching this on Rumble, on the replay, I apologize that I have to cut this off like right now. Just because it's way too illegal on you. And this is why I encourage you to follow me I want to produce content like this, and I think I'm going to start getting really serious towards the beginning of next year. So if that's something that you like, follow me on Rumble. It's the same username, Tokyo Gaijin, with the same icon with the poop TG logo. And yeah. So let's get into more happy things. All right. Consider that little thing with the comment section of New York Times or New York Post a preview of what I want to do. Let's get into more Trek theme, since this is a Star Trek live stream. And got Omnicast, I believe, wanting to come in very soon. Let me just remind him. So, you know what, folks? If you're watching this and you want to come back for the pregame, I'm going to go ahead and just post the link into both YouTube and Rumble. Go ahead and click the link and come on backstage. And I can't because YouTube's got this stupid thing that I can't turn off. Ugh. Link is in the chat on both channels. And I got a beep. And it is indeed my co-host and buddy Omnicast. Welcome.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Not much. We've been just doing the New York Post thing that I'm going to end up doing soon.
Yeah, I saw you starting early. I said, let me jump in here and join you then.
I was getting really deep into it, and I started going down a rabbit hole, and then I realized I can't do this if I want to keep this live stream up on YouTube.
Algorithm will punish you, sir. Be very careful. Okay.
Indeed. The lawgivers will come.
With their empty hollow tubes.
Yeah. You are not of the body.
That's it. So what was in the tube then? I never understood that.
I never understood it either. It's like
he killed the guy. Well, I mean, and sparks flew out of it, but it was empty. So I don't know.
A hollow tube.
It was imaginary.
The holographic bullets.
It's like the Matrix, right? You think you die, and you die. You're part of the body. That's it. It kills you.
The body cannot live without the mind.
That's right. You are not of the body.
You are not of the mind. Apparently. Oh, wrong franchise. I don't care. Die.
Andrew, we are the Archons. We are the Archons. That was actually a great episode. I like that. Season one of original series was really good. I mean, if you just string them all together, there's very, few questionable ones in season one.
Yeah. Season one had some remarkable ones.
Oh, yeah.
And even the ones that set the stage for everything else in Trek, like Balance of Terror, introducing the Romulans, things like that. They were just masterpieces of sci-fi, even not just in the era, but period.
And even Amok Time was kind of, it was the first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
Right, but that's kind of on that same, fringe of season 1 there.
And that set the tone for all
Spock.
sci-fi after
right.
that.
What was Sitting on the Edge of Forever? That was season 2, wasn't it? That was season 2.
Leave.
Yeah. Or as Shatner calls it, Sitting on the River.
Yeah.
Mr. Shatner, what's your favorite episode? Oh, I don't know. Sitting on the River. Yeah.
Season 1, episode 28.
So it is season 1.
Yep.
So again, think of all those episodes. They're just packed. Think of all that. I mean, it's amazing how many are in there. They're just so good. Most shows season 1 struggle. They really do, just to find their footing, to get the quote-unquote Bible set up, get the characters fleshed out. But, man, Star Trek just was one after the other after the other. Just
TNG
amazing.
took 2 years.
Oh, yeah, TNG took at least 2 years. And the writer's strike slowed them down. I mean, season 2 was a joke, right? Season 2 was just cobbled together like phase 2 episodes. And, they were on strike for half that year, the writers.
Yeah.
So it was difficult for them. Then season 3, Michael Piller joined, and it really started going at that point.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's when I thought it launched off.
Oh, yeah.
Season 3.
because he talked about that. It's about making it about characters, not about plot.
Right.
You know, he's like, we're going to have a Worf episode. We'll have a Riker episode. This will be a Troy episode. Like, you know, they figured out the characters are the key to the show. Let's flesh them out, give them something to do.
Yeah. Like, take advantage of the great talent that's in their ensemble in the first place.
Yep. And that's what made it work. You know,
And
you had those little scenes.
Exactly. But that's also something that TOS was missing a little bit. I mean, you didn't focus on Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, but everybody else had like little bit parts in the background to do. Sometimes Scotty would be in the chair, but
It's true.
other than that, really didn't have much of a focus. I think
It's like Scotty you knew almost, but Sulu, you knew nothing about him, right? You knew nothing about him at all.
or Uhura.
Or Uhura. Even Chekhov had some stuff. Like he had the episode with the what do you call it? The hippies, where he talked to his girlfriend. He had the other one where he got a girl. Like he had a couple of things where he had some screen time at least.
Yeah, and the formula kind of didn't work either, especially with the character development. And you can see that in the romances of the crew members.
Right.
Like, Kirk would always have, of course, he would have all the kissing scenes because he's the star of the show. But then you'd have people, you'd have characters like Scotty, who obsessed over a girl but never got the girl.
That was an odd episode.
Yep. And then
Actually, two of them he kind of did. He had the Wolf in the Fold, and he had the one with the Lights of Zetar.
Right.
Right, where he was obsessed with that lieutenant, but she wasn't all that special.
And Chekhov was another one too.
Yeah.
Who I think he actually had a girlfriend.
Well, Irina with the space hippies, but they were like they dated or whatever. They knew each other from school years or whatever.
Yeah. But that also failed.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Oh, and you never really got the result of any of Kirk's
no
relationships. You know,
he had
all like at least it was how many episodes of Trek were there?
79.
79. He had about 75 girls.
Pretty much. I mean, they talked about in Where No Man Has Gone Before that lieutenant he almost married, but she didn't have a name, right?
He assumed Carol Marcus.
It could be. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so that's who. What's his name was talking about? Okay,
yeah, that lab technician. I almost married her.
Yeah, I almost married her. Right. That's right. That could be Carol Marcus. Okay, that works for me actually.
It adds up.
Yeah, I can actually buy that.
Yeah.
Who else?
David, 20 something?
Yeah, David. If it was in his 20s, he went to school. He was a doctor himself, right?
Yeah. The timeline works.
Yeah, that actually definitely works. I never thought about that. And then who else? He had another girl. Didn't he at one point? He had something.
He had Ariel Shaw, who ended up first prosecuting him.
That's right. Miramani doesn't count.
Miramani,
right?
Yeah, because he was
altered.
Else.
Yeah, he was. He was altered.
Oh, Kira!
I am. But I'm looking at the list of season 1 episodes. I mean, forget about the cage for a second because that was a pilot. But the Man Trap, it's classic, right? I mean,
yep,
classic. Charlie X, but still, you got some character stuff out of that. You got a little bit of Riley. You got a little bit of Uhura singing. You got Yeoman Rand. She got fleshed out a bit in that one. So that was an interesting episode. Where No Man Has Gone Before. I mean, that was really the pilot that got reshuffled around. That's a good one. Naked Time. You got Sulu with the sword and a couple other things happening.
Yeah, and Data got laid.
The other one, The Naked Now. Right?
Yep, exactly. It was the sequel. Or direct ripoff.
The Enemy Within.
Ripping off. That's what she Data.
Fully functional. What did Yar say? It never happened. I'm only going to say this once. It never happened.
If you're referring to sexuality, I am fully functional, programmed in multiple techniques.
That's great. The Enemy Within. That was the one where there was two Kirks, right? They got split up.
Kirks, yep.
And the dog with the funny dog. Okay.
And Let's
That was
see.
good too.
So
Mud's women.
I'm going to say something positive about Strange New Worlds right
Yeah.
now, and it's very rare for me.
Let me mark the date and time. The 28th at 8:17. Go ahead.
But I'm yep, true. 10:18 a.m. Tokyo time. The argument that Uhura shouldn't be on the Enterprise during Pike's time doesn't hold water because we know nothing about Uhura. We know nothing about the canon Uhura.
Like where she previously was stationed or served or what have you. You don't have her service record, right? We never had it.
She could have gotten her credits on the Enterprise, just like we saw. So we just don't it's disappointing because these are characters that we've loved and cherished and adored for the last almost 60 years, and we know nothing about most of them.
Right.
We know really nothing about McCoy. We know
before
more
the
about
Enterprise, pre-Enterprise McCoy, right? So we don't know where he was stationed. We don't know what ships he was on. We don't know we know nothing about him.
We know he's divorced. We think he has a daughter.
Yes. Right.
Never seen him. Nothing. I mean, the daughter was touched on in a novel, in a Peter David novel, but that doesn't count.
No, that's not canon. It's not canon.
It's the damn non-canon book.
It's not canon. But you're right. Spock's been fleshed out pretty well. Obviously, we know about him.
We know about McCoy's father.
Okay. Well, from the movies.
If you accept
Star Trek V
dream as actual events,
I do. People call it a dream. I don't call that a dream. That's real to me.
You had a cure. A goddamn cure. Release this pain. Release it.
That's it. Cybok. Yeah. Clown.
But that's it. That's all we know about McCoy.
Yeah, he's a blank slate. Scotty, you kind of know, but again, you don't have his service record. But you can piece it together. Right. Who else? You're right. Everyone's just a blank slate. You're 100% right.
I don't buy though, and this is where I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
Being negative about Strange New Worlds, rightfully so. I don't buy that he's an accidental genius.
Who?
Scotty.
They did that in the movies though too. Simon Pegg was portrayed that way a bit, right? I mean,
that's a damn non-canon movie.
Oh, okay. I mean, but it's the same idea. It's a goofy, nerdy, like the cool nerd, right? He knows everything, but he's kind of cool and funny, or quirky and funny.
Also a man's man, though.
Yeah.
When he said to Chekhov after getting dressed down by Robert Fox in Taste of Armageddon, the only diplomat I know is a fully armed phaser bank.
Right, that's true.
That's not what the impression that I get from his interpretation in Strange New Worlds.
True. He has a thing against the Klingons, Klingon devils, right? He can't stand them. Yeah, he's got some.
It doesn't line up.
Some scars. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And having his parent or whatever her name is, the Carol Kane thing, when she said that Scotty was the best student she ever failed or something.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that one. Right.
Come on. That is not Scotty.
He wouldn't have failed.
Not at all. Failed.
You're right. That's true.
The best student I ever... No, it doesn't work.
He's trying to bolster her character. But I kind of like the actor playing him. So if we can get past, again, all the inconsistencies, I like the actor playing Scotty right now. He's okay in my book. I mean, we've seen him twice, but,
The politically correct of calling his rank lieutenant just because. No.
That's odd.
Come on. That's not even in character.
Because we've had British characters before, or people that hail from England or the United Kingdom, where they call them lieutenants, Australia. In Starfleet, it's lieutenant. It's not lieutenant, right? So that's peculiar. Malcolm Reed never said lieutenant.
Keep your shirt on, lieutenant, when he was making fun. He never said, keep your shirt on, lieutenant. No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those guys just had a great podcast, too. George Takei was on as their last guest, the Shuttle Pod show.
Oh, remind me to skip that.
Oh, okay. Actually, it was interesting. It was really, really interesting. They were talking about his, a young man, when it was in the internment camp and, World War II and all that when he was a child. And it's crazy. I mean, it was interesting, though.
George Takei is another piece.
He wasn't on his soapbox. Let me just put it that way. He was very neutral. He was very diplomatic. He was really talking about, himself and his experience with Star Trek. He wasn't on his political soapbox. So
That's rare.
right. Yeah.
I mean, I do. It's kind of a rocky road when it comes to Takei. Like, I no longer want to listen to a word he says because of his political soapboxing. But
Right.
the just being in Los Angeles and looking around like little Tokyo last year, and he's responsible for that area thriving and bringing the Japanese American culture to the forefront and normalizing it and advocating for it and everything else. And he's done a very good job with that.
Right.
The politics, yeah. After that, I can't stand him. And this is exactly what I'm saying. Professor Brainy Specs actually lines it up pretty good. It's like drinking 25-year-old milk. And if you've had milk that's a week bad,
Right.
George Takei is much worse.
Yeah, he's made it very clear, but where he stands on things.
Right.
Yeah, but I like the show that the guys do. Connor Trenier and Dominic Key. They have a pretty good show. I find it interesting. They've had all the big names too. They've had pretty much everybody on there, save Patrick Stewart and William Shatner. So it's always interesting to hear from these guys.
And folks, if you're just joining us, or if you are watching this on replay, you might want to fast forward to about maybe the 45-minute mark. Well, actually, we're at the 33:30 mark right now, but the actual meat and bones of this stream will begin very shortly. We are going to be watching Star Trek Continues LOLANI, guest starring Lou Ferrigno, and there's going to be a lot of cheesy Marvel jokes in here.
Can't wait. But I saw that video had a lot of views. The last one we did, the one with John Delancey.
Yeah, did very, very well on that one. And the town hall where we did one did not.
Right. I was looking at the views, but so that's why. And these are fun. These are fun to do with Star Trek Continues because they're not hard to watch. They're actually really enjoyable to watch, and we can nitpick them a little bit and poke fun at them, but they're actually enjoyable. It doesn't put people to sleep, So, yeah.
Welcome, Bird of Prey 5.
Bird of Prey.
Awesome stuff here.
Yeah.
And folks, if you want to join us on the panel, the link is in the chat of both the Rumble side and YouTube. It's pinned on YouTube, and it is the only chat link or chat post in Rumble at the moment. Click on it. Come on back. We're actually going to start. It is in about 4 minutes.
Sounds good.
Schedule showtime. So, again, if you're watching this on replay and you've made it this far and wondering when the actual show is going to start, fast forward a little bit, a couple minutes, and just fast forward. If you've got visual scrubbing enabled, you'll be able to see the little poop animation that's about to come up. Start this thing. Just look for that.
When you see the poop drop, it's time. It's game on.
Yep. Exactly. I'm going to take a dump on this whole thing.
I'm glad you're watching Strange New World. So, I haven't rewatched it yet. I just watched them as they came out, but I haven't really gone back to them. Yeah.
I have the desire, especially season 2, which is just an insult to everything Star Trek. And we've covered this 6 ways from Sunday.
I know, but it ended strong. The last episode, you have to admit, was good, though.
No, it wasn't.
No, with the Gorn? Oh, man.
Not at all.
Really?
Not at all. And the whole rip-off of Best of Both Worlds Part 1, like, everybody's looking at Captain.
Cliffhanger, yeah.
Captain, what do we do? Cut to black.
Manufactured.
I don't care.
You don't care who lives or dies, if that other captain lives or dies, whatever her name is, right? Nobody cares about these characters. Nobody cares.
Sure.
You know Scotty's going to make it, right?
Exactly.
You know Uhura's going to make it. Okay.
Spock will be fine.
Spock will be fine. Those three have plot armor. They're perfectly fine.
Give a crap.
That's true.
They tried to go. They literally, and Kiva Goldsman said it. They tried to go for that Best of Both Worlds Part 2 vibe.
Yeah, obviously.
For Part 1, and there's a big difference between that, where you don't even have a script for Part 2 written yet. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And oh my gosh, Riker just ordered the death of Picard, cut to black. Versus this.
It's all hashed out in committee. They already know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Just pack it up already, Akiva. Go home. Give the show to Terry Metalis.
I think they're getting the writing on the wall. I think they know that they're going to have to. If Star Trek is going to continue, they're going to have to. They've tried to screw the fans so many ways. The fans have fought back. Nobody's watching this stuff. Nobody. Even when they do air it on CBS, nobody watches it. It's just it's so they're going to realize eventually that, okay, you know what? Give it back to the fans a little bit. Let's concede. All right, let this guy have the show. The fans like him. Maybe they'll actually watch this stuff, and we can get some ratings and justify this experience.
Yeah, and then we can still sneak in our message shows that nobody watches, but the majority will watch the shows that this guy will make.
Because they're not destroying the continuum. At least, I haven't watched all the Star Wars series, but they seem to be respecting the universe that they're living in. And Kathleen Kennedy's a nightmare. Okay, well, I know that whole aspect of it, but they're not doing anything really berserk to upset continuity, are they? I mean...
Right, and at the same time, they've also got talent like Dave Filoni,
right?
And Jon Favreau.
Favreau's a great director. He's a good storyteller. He knows. He respects the original work too, a lot.
All right, so I'm gonna play it, and thanks for watching the pregame show, and let's get into the meat and gritty of it. Let's take it down.
A presentation of the Tokyo Gaijin channel.
And welcome to the actual
show. The poop has dropped. The story begins. And so it begins.
Let's take a dump on Star Trek Continues LOLANI. Again, another Vic Mignogna led masterpiece. And I'm not saying that sarcastically.
No, not at all.
Show.
And we're not doing these in order. We're just picking them as ones that we think are entertaining, because this one was. Because episode 1 was a little bit rough with Apollo. That was a little bit slow.
Yeah. And they hit it out of the park with this one. You're all going to see why.
Yeah.
I believe it was their original McCoy that's still here, not the newer one.
True. He's a little bit annoying, but we can get past it. Terry Metalis is a false prophet. Is he? He's a pot wraith?
He's pot wraith. No, he's golden hot. He's
worst intro ever.
Yeah, he doesn't like the poop.
Oh, the poop. Oh, I thought he meant our talking. Okay. Oh, we're talking about Strange New Worlds. That's probably why he hates it too. That makes sense. Yeah, it gives him a headache.
Yeah. Strange continuity headache.
Excuse me, what are you talking about, sir? Yes.
Say what now? Huh?
Right, huh?
All right, folks, let's get into the reason why people are watching this on replay. Star Trek Continues, the second episode produced by Vic Mignogna's awesome team of talent back before he was destroyed by What's-Her-Face. And there's a little bit of a message in this, but then again, this is the 21st century, and if it doesn't have a message, then it can't be put onto the airways. The damn non-canon show.
Debatable.
So once again, folks, if you're watching this live, you want to come back and banter with us during the show, feel free to click the link above, and you can join us right here on the show. Looking at you,
Which is also non-canon.
I'm looking at you, Birdo Prey 5. I'm looking at you, Professor Brainy Specs. Jump back up here. But let's go ahead and give the audience what they tuned in for. LOLANI. Like it failed already.
He uses retinox.
Rich to Captain Kirk.
That's a good attention to detail.
Down to the fabric.
Rich to Captain Kirk.
No, I mean the retinox thing where you're having a hard time.
Yes, Lieutenant.
We've received a distress signal from an unidentified vessel. Mr.
Take care,
Spock
Bird.
has requested your presence on the bridge.
I'll be right there.
I'll be.
We'll continue this later.
If I could see. R.I.P.
Yes.
Laura, anything new?
Grant Imahara was an awesome Sulu.
He was.
Just want
Yes,
to know that. Not just because he passed away, but because he was an awesome Sulu.
Signal's automated. No live contact's been made.
Sulu?
The ship is coming into range now, Captain.
The vessel's Telluride design. Looks like a Begov-class private transport.
Australia?
New Zealand, sir. Instant Tongaroa.
That damn non-canon country.
Non-canon accent.
I just transferred from the hood. Spent some
God,
time studying ship
Dad.
designs of different cultures.
Very good.
You could do a better New Zealand accent than that.
Should be a crew.
After imitating Mr. President for all these months.
6 maximum.
Scanning now, Captain. I'm reading a single humanoid life form. Vital signs are erratic. Life support systems are failing.
All right, so I got to ask, what is your assessment with Habercorn Spock?
I like him. I see he physically and his voice doesn't sound like Spock, but the way he's acting it is very good. He looks almost a little too young for me though, too. Like he looks a little young, and his voice isn't exactly as deep or as bold or as bolstering as let's say, Nimoy and even the Ethan whatever on Strange New Worlds.
Ethan Peck.
Ethan Peck. So and Zachary Quinto is debatable. I like him. I think he did an excellent job with this character, though. Just if you got to suspend your little nitpicks and just absorb it. I guess is what I'm saying.
On my scale of Spocks, I would rate him with of course Nimoy being the definitive Spock because he's
Right.
Spock, like it or not. I would rate him at number 3, and this is where it's going to get controversial for a lot of people because my number 2 actually goes to Pat.
Right.
No, not
No?
Pat. No. The original Spock on Star Trek New Voyager. Yeah.
No.
I think
No. I know who you're talking about.
He would be my number 2, and I've got good reason for it, though. Because
Okay.
the second episode, technically, they're not the joke pilot that they had with Onabi and the Borg, where they actually had this like 2.5 hour romp through the Guardian of Forever, alternate timeline things, whatever. He was awesome.
Yeah.
He was absolutely awesome in that, and he stole the show as Spock in World Enough and Time. Oh no, wait, World Enough. World Enough and Time, or something like that. With George Takei coming back as an alternate Sulu.
Right. I remember that one.
Jeffrey Quinn, yeah, that was his name, and he was fantastic. He was a fantastic Spock. Got all the mannerisms down. He might not have looked it at all,
he looked goofy to me. Like it's just the way his appearance was. I don't mean that as a personal insult to the man.
Right.
He just didn't have that Spock look to him. He did, but he didn't.
Right. But that episode,
His acting wasn't bad though.
that episode really drove it in for me as like, this is my number 2 Spock. He's that good. At least in that episode he was.
So does that mean that Zachary's the last in your ranking?
Well, 3 would be Habercorn, 4 would
Right.
be Peck, 5 would be Peck would be 4.
Mm-hmm.
Quinto had the look.
He did, very much so.
He was Tuvok. He was an emotional Tuvok. He was not Spock.
That was kissing up on Uhura. So he was Tuvok that,
Yeah. Well, he had no Vulcan left in him anyway because Vulcan was destroyed. He'll never go through Kolinar because Vulcan has been destroyed unless he goes to Pajem.
Well, that's true. I never thought about that.
And then he can listen in on Andorians all day. Spock, you're supposed to be studying the Kolinar. Need I remind you that there is a listening post here where we can listen in on the Andorians.
Actually, by that time, it was exposed, though, right? So it was dismantled by that time. Yeah, supposedly.
It might have been dismantled by the time the Federation came to be.
I mean, they exposed it. Archer exposed it. I think it was part of the negotiations that they were having, right? And then they joined the Charter and the Federation. I'm sure it was dismantled somewhere along the line. Yeah.
But it's still there. You can say it's still there.
We can say that, yeah.
Anyway.
With that evil Chancellor of Vulcan pulling the strings, right?
Oh, you failed.
Supreme Leader, what was his name again?
His name was
General Haig. He also played Admiral Leighton.
It was Robert Foxworth.
Foxworth, yeah. But what was the character's name? The Vulcan.
Veloz.
That's
Administrator
right.
Veloz.
Administrator Veloz. Right.
The Klingon High Command. The Vulcan High Command.
Vulcan High Command, yeah.
All right, we got sidetracked by about 15 minutes. So we know this 50-minute and 54-second video is going to take 6 hours to get through.
And Vic's girdle is in full effect right there. You can see it. It's fully cinched right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't stand that straight naturally.
No.
Uhura, have the sickbay standing by.
Aye, sir.
It may not be prudent to beam aboard an unknown life.
He's holding it in.
But you said vital signs were erratic.
Yes, sir, I did.
And the life support system's failing?
Yes, sir.
Uhura, send security to the transporter room.
The ship looks cool.
Transporter room.
Go ahead, sir.
Stand by to receive coordinates from Mr. Spock and beam the life from aboard. Mr. Spock, would you care to join me?
Mr. Scott, you have the bridge.
That was strange.
Oh, look, it's the guy that was supposed to play young Kirk in Star Trek Phase 2's.
Oh, is that him?
Yep. And I saw the rough cut of that entire episode. It was decent.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of glad they didn't go with it. I actually walked away from it going, this kind of sucks. I'm glad they canceled this. He couldn't carry it to save his life. Not at all.
It's hard.
Jinx, Captain.
Jinx. It's something people used to shout when they said the same thing at the same time.
Indeed. The life form could not be confirmed as Tellarite, but knowing the volatile nature of that species, I would recommend caution.
Jinx, see? You've got it already. Crewman.
Security alert! We have an intruder aboard. Seal off Tech 4, Section 12A through F.
How is she now an intruder? Didn't you just beam her aboard at your own command? How is she an intruder?
Well, she's not welcome anymore. Intruder alert. She just became an intruder.
Yeah. You had a knife to the guy that was supposed to be That failed Star Trek episode.
Yes.
Shooter alert. I did get to see this movie wrong dun dun dun. Ryan.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Starship.
Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds.
I don't know. I kind of prefer Kirk's The Starship Enterprise. Like
he did two readings of it. Yeah.
Like Shatner was making a joke when he was saying it. The Starship Enterprise.
And he's imitating Shatner here, so it's a copy of a copy. Yeah. Starship. Get that little fake Canadian accent there, whatever that was, right? Starship.
Starship Enterprise. It's like he's reading two different items in a list.
Shatner. Say it like Shatner. Yeah.
William Shatner.
That's it.
To seek out new life and new civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
He's the man. Oh, that reminds me. Have you ever seen what's the movie called? Don't Be a Menace to South Central, drinking your juice in the hood.
A long time ago. I mean, maybe back when it came out on HBO or something, you know.
Every time somebody made a point, David Wayans came out and said, "Message."
That's it.
Larry Nemec. Yeah.
Nemechek. He's a writer. He's an author. He writes Star Trek novels, doesn't he? Or
I don't remember, but
he
I know
did.
he is a huge fan. He's like he his knowledge of Trek makes John look like a tribble.
He wrote the technical manual or something. He wrote one of those big books, or the Star Trek Companion. Like that was his. That was him.
Write the technical manual.
It wasn't him. No,
that was the Akutas. The Akutas did all the technical manuals, but I think
I gotta look this up now. What did he write?
Yeah,
he did something. But he's definitely a super fan. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He knows his Trek.
Oh, he wrote some of the novels. Then I guess that's what it was.
Mm.
Yeah, and he wrote a Voyager episode or two. He did write the Companion. I told you that.
Oh,
the Next Generation Companion. Yeah.
But not the Tech Man.
Not the Tech Manual. It was one of those books because I had both of them.
Yeah.
They're about the same size. And it was, he wrote the Companion.
I had the Tech Man and the Encyclopedia.
Okay.
Those are both. Oh, the Encyclopedia was the Reeve Stevens, or was that the Okudas too? I don't remember.
No, that could have been,
Tech Man was the Okudas.
The Companion basically gave a synopsis of each episode, essentially. Mm-hmm. It gave like a picture and a little blurb about each episode. So he wrote that. He had something to do with Twilight Zone too, I think, or that was somebody else. No, it's Star Trek mostly with him.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it was Zachary.
Super fan. He's also very much an ally of New Trek, but that said, he's a terrible actor.
I mean, he's a fan first, right? So I think he's showing that here. He's not. Yeah,
you're gonna see he is not McCoy.
Yeah.
Not at all.
They had Andrew Probert on too. Didn't they have him as an admiral on this show?
That was
on the other show. 2. That was Phase 2. Got it.
That was Katoomba from Phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think I want to do that one next. I like Katoomba.
Admiral Probert. Yeah.
Admiral Probert was there. Mm-hmm. Their digital FX guy was the lead Klingon.
Yes.
And Vic was a Duras.
Oh yeah, didn't we watch that one already?
Yeah, we haven't done that, but
I thought we did.
We did no.
Wasn't Vic a Klingon in one of the ones we watched already? Which one was that?
We did. We didn't. Don't think we did a Klingon one yet. We haven't. We've only done one phase 2.
And he was in it. Vic was in it as a Klingon for a minute.
No, he was in it as an Andorian.
Oh, as an Andorian. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, because he got shot in the stomach and killed. And
he had that funny death scene. Oh, he went down. Yeah, that's right.
Watch that back because it was too funny.
Captain's log, stardate 6154.1. Due to a serious breach in transporter room protocol, the Enterprise has acquired an unexpected stowaway. We won't harm you. We're your friends. You're on the Federation Starship Enterprise. I'm Captain Kirk. It's all right. It's all right.
It's just a woman.
He's our chief of security, Drake. He won't harm you either.
Because he has a fake arm.
Give me the knife. It's always best not to stab your friends.
As a clever. Always best not to stab your friends. There it is. Ta-da!
Love it.
Well, that could have gone smoother.
Weaponry often complicates negotiations.
Yeah, thanks,
What was an Orion slave girl doing on a Tellarite ship?
Animal Woman. The lighting's so good.
Bones, did she give you any trouble?
Too dark.
She was confused when she came to, but she settled down during our tests. The bruising and contusions indicate she has been in a scrap. I also detected traces of blood that are not hers. Not that I
Neither is her hair.
get a word out of her to confirm any of that.
Not McCoy, like I said. Not McCoy.
Super fan.
Super bad actor.
Good writer.
Good writer.
Good tea.
Yeah.
Nice house. Good writer. Not an actor.
Yeah, he's not McCoy.
Captain, further scans of the transport reveal the bodies of 3 Tellarites. The answers we're looking for are over there.
Agreed.
Or there'll be trouble.
Spot game over and see what you can find out.
Also, the Orion girl has been tattooed with an
Thank you for your cooperation.
Good night. Thank you for not smoking.
we were able to use the symbol to obtain a partial trace.
And
She was sold 4 days ago to a Tellarite merchant by the name Sev Bim Jor. The ship set out with 4 passengers. She was purchased directly from one of Orion's wealthiest traders.
TJ
someone
Laser.
wasn't too happy with the transaction. There is the only one still alive able to confirm that.
Too bad you can't do those pistol tricks with the phasers.
Because they'd have, well, the old ones you couldn't either. There was no guard. There was no finger guard, right?
No
You couldn't
finger
twist them.
guard,
Yeah. Couldn't twirl them.
You can now with the Star Trek Picard phasers.
Yes. Or
I'm
maybe
glad
the
they brought
Romulan disruptors, you probably could, right? They have that big hand guard. You can probably do that, maybe. But yeah.
But the Picard season 3 phasers are awesome.
They're pretty good. Yeah.
I've always wanted Trek to go back to the actual pistols.
But they're firing pulses again. They're not shooting like lines, right? They're shooting like bullets again. They keep going back and forth with that. It's a phase cannon bullet, or it's a pulsed phase. Was it pulsed phase weapon?
Something like that, yeah.
Right, or it's just a straight line. You know.
I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with the special effects. If you want to talking real world for a second,
yeah,
it's a lot back then. 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even the early 2000s. It was just easier to physically draw on a cell,
a film cell, right?
Just a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Because
if the camera's not moving,
right, and you can control where the shot's going. Whereas now, you don't need it because everything's scanned 3D digitally on what they call vector 3, which is X, Y, and Z for one value for each. And in After Effects, you can use the vector 3 coordinates to just send a single shot. So
I just like phasers being the straight line. I don't like them being bullets. I don't like them being the pulse, unless they have the rifles, which they did have those in Voyager, right? You know.
But even then, to make cool shots with that was really you have to really.
Well, they use sparks and stuff too. Like when it hits the person, sparks go off their clothing, and they do a lot of other smoke and stuff. So they make it look action. Although the Makos had like a pulse rifle too. Remember that in the non-canon show called Enterprise.
Yeah,
the Makos had kind of a pulsed rifle, right? It was wasn't a straight line.
If you go back and watch footage of of Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Desert Storm was significant for it being the first live broadcast of battle on a battlefield.
I watched that on TV live. I remember that.
And it looked like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
You had people shooting people with M16s in the night, right?
With the night vision, that green kind of night vision.
Right. And even then, you could see the bullets fly across.
Mm-hmm.
When they would hit their targets. It looked like Star Trek. Even though real people were dying once those bullets hit their target, but still, that's what it looked like. And I think today, when we look at New Trek, with the phaser effect, you can now see, instead of like the originating flash CG'd onto the muzzle of the gun versus the spark when it hit. That's what you see. You can actually now see the bullet of energy light,
right,
flying across the air, and I think that's what they were going for.
And I get it. It makes it faster, right? It's a faster paced action scene. I get it,
and more.
But I'm kind of more intense. It's boom, boom, pew, pew. I get it. But I mean, it's still, I'm more of a purist when it comes to Star Trek. I like to have the phasers shoot a line, right? A shot, not that little bullet thing. But whatever, it's what they want to do now. Let them do it.
I see that, and again, still playing devil's advocate. I see why they wouldn't do that, because now it is, it's the 20. We're almost in the mid 2020s already, and you don't need if you go back and watch all of those phaser shots, a lot of them required at least a small pause so that they can get everything.
They can line it up. Yeah, they can line it up.
Right. And now you don't need it. You can simply have a flash muzzle, sparks on the target, and
right.
in
squibs, whatever. Yeah.
And not stop the action.
There was one shot in Q Who on The Next Generation where Worf fires and the camera actually pans to the Borg. That was an incredibly difficult shot to do. Like every other phaser shot you saw in every other series, it was a straight shot. The guy shot, the camera didn't move too much. You may cut to the other angle, but you never saw it where the phaser fired and the camera moved with the phaser. They talked about that being almost impossible to do in 1988, but they made it work somehow. Obviously they redid it, they remastered it for the Blu-rays, but the original one was very difficult to do.
It had to be. That's why Star Trek: The Next Generation was getting Emmy Awards up the butt
for visual effects. That was movie quality back then. Yeah,
better than movie quality. You couldn't even get that in the TOS movies.
No, that's actually very true. You're right about that. Yeah,
a small television show on a set that's no bigger than my bedroom is right now accomplished that.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh man, I love Star Trek.
Let's get back to it.
Yep. Careful, Captain.
We've derailed this long enough.
Power of the Orion pheromones. Spockets. All right.
Pheromone.
All right.
I'm the king of pheromones.
What's your name? We'd like to help you.
I'm Jimmy.
But we need to know your name. What happened?
My friend's called Jimbo.
Just goes, lawyer. I don't answer questions. Am I being detained?
I want to see my attorney.
Maybe she can't understand.
Am I free to go?
You're free to go, yes. She's a First Amendment.
Discouraged from doing so. Approximately 70 years ago,
Amendment,
Orion women held dominion over the men. But in a revolt and after a civil war, the men gained control.
You mean
rather than abolish the slave trade, they continued it and, in many ways, made it worse. The women are bred with no education or opportunity.
This is what you call
In part to keep
exposition.
them subservient,
Indeed.
and in part out of revenge. First,
Just in case you've missed that non-canon show and have no idea what's going on, there
The
it is.
twist at the end. We're the slaves.
Men are slaves
Women
to
are the
women,
masters.
women slaves to
Why does anyone have to be a slave to anyone?
Gentlemen,
You heard?
Dr. McCoy requested my presence.
Why doesn't anybody? Why do people need to be a slave to anyone? And then she walks. Michelle Speck is hot.
She did a
Sorry,
good job. She did a good job on the show too.
she was wonderful. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from her, but I'm just wanted to take this time out to say she is hot.
Hubba hubba.
Yeah, and
Hashtag.
I'm sorry for Vic. That whole thing that blew up in his face with Monica Rial. Oh man, I can't say her name without. Monica Rial and Hillary Clinton both come together in the same thought whenever I say her name. But unfortunately, she was the reason why these two never got married in real life.
I thought her expertise would be useful in establishing communication with our patient.
Yes, of course. Either she
course.
can't speak or won't speak.
Well, it's hard to believe she spent years around slave traders without picking up any language at all.
9.
Lolani.
9. What's she saying?
My name is Lolani. Please don't be angry with me. I apologize if I've harmed anyone.
Roll credits.
Not knowing if you were friend or foe, I remained silent and listened.
Logical.
I was born and raised off-world. When my parents died suddenly, I was returned back to Orion.
More
and forced
exposition.
into slavery.
Exposition.
The things they did to me.
Exposition.
The things I was forced to do.
Down.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
Please don't send me back there. You have no idea.
sorry.
Easy.
Spend the night in my quarters. It's okay.
We'll do anything
That's coming.
we can. Tell
And
me
he's
Anything you
going
want.
on his knees.
On my knee.
safe. You're free.
You're free. Come with me. I have something to show you.
Why am I suddenly surprised you're touching me? Oh wait, no, I was checking on something else.
Bones.
Another reaction.
Bones.
If she's medically cleared, maybe we could move her to guest quarters.
Are you sure, Captain?
It's fine.
It's fine. Just give me the room number. It's fine.
Spock, you're right, of course, Spock. Highly illogical. My quarters would be sufficient.
It sounds like a wonderful idea.
This is Dr. McKenna. Doctor, if you would accompany her.
It would be my pleasure.
So according to Chief Drake's report, you have an Orion girl on your ship and 3 dead Tellarides aboard another.
Wait a minute.
Who was that? Who was that? Wait a second.
That's correct.
You have an Orion.
Where is she from?
We saw her.
Wasn't she in something we just watched? What was she?
So
They're just recycling these actors.
what? I know she reappears in the. I keep calling it the Enterprise C episode because they do have an Enterprise C episode.
Okay.
Well, her Rachel Garrett's ancestor.
Okay. Okay.
She was the main admiral at the starbase. Oh, what else was she in though?
We've never seen a female admiral before.
This is true. Actually, what was Ariel? She was only a lieutenant in
the original series. I mean,
original series. Yeah.
Yeah, not on Next Generation.
Oh man, but yeah, she does. I think probably because we've seen her off, and not on anything that we've shown on stream.
I feel like we've just seen her on something. I don't know what it is. Or I've watched her on something. I don't know. She looks very familiar. We'll have to look her up once we're done.
But yeah. The reason why I stopped the video in the first place, yeah. So Chief Drake, the chief of security, is now sending covert reports to Starfleet to tattle on Kirk. That's a violation of the chain of command. Those reports, unless he's not technically assigned to the Enterprise, which, like Ro Laren, she wasn't technically assigned to the Enterprise in the first place. And that's how she got around sending her reports to Picard first, and then instead of directly to the Admiral, which she did.
Right.
Unless that's the situation, Chief Drake just violated Starfleet regs.
Or maybe it's just routine for the ship's logs to be transmitted every day to Starfleet. Maybe they caught it.
So Kirk could have sent that in.
He could have just sent in today's logs. All the department heads, everyone sends their logs in every day to Starfleet, maybe, or every week or something. It's possible.
That makes sense.
That
could be, yeah. But she did say, but what really catches me off guard is she said, according to Chief Drake's report.
No, maybe a written report or a log entry or something. Unless he is reporting directly to Starfleet security, which is a problem.
Which I think is the case, because if it was a general communique packet being sent to command, wouldn't you say, according to your report, since Kirk would have to be the one to sign off on the whole thing?
True.
Makes me wonder about Drake.
Girl on your ship and 3 dead Tellarites aboard another.
That's correct. The girl was the property of one of the Tellarites at the time of their death. She was wounded in some sort of assault. If we can confirm that the Tellarites were culpable, could she be granted some sort of asylum?
The Orion system is not a member of the Federation. Their law clearly states that the girl reverts back to the property of the one who sold her. We cannot participate in any act that would be perceived as a challenge to their sovereignty.
Picard would have quite a few words for that Admiral right now.
Yeah.
Admiral, because Kirk should have just said this. Admiral, need I remind you that this happened in Federation space? Orion laws do not apply here.
Yes.
Well, they have some kind of treaty, it seems like.
No, Kirk, you don't understand. You don't want to make the green people angry. You wouldn't like them when they're angry.
But for the time being.
The girl's owner has already been notified and is en route to you. He will rendezvous with the Enterprise in approximately 32 hours.
Mr. Mickey.
Captain, the Federation certainly does not condone the slavery of any life form. But we cannot risk an interstellar incident over one girl. Continue your investigation.
The women!
But I can make no promises.
I understand. Enterprise out.
I just had a sandwich.
My chicken sandwich and coffee.
Those are some pretty nasty bruises. Are you sure you're okay for a walk?
Hey, Gorilla, what's up, man?
Hey, Gorilla. Yeah, even though it says we've been live for about an hour or so, the actual program started about maybe 40 minutes ago. So you just missed the teaser, and we're barely through Act 1 right now. You keep starting and stopping, which is fine. That's, this is going to be a 4-hour video anyway. You know it is when you come to my channel. That's rock.
But we Orions are built quite sturdily.
Of that I have no doubt.
What a beautiful ship. And men and women working alongside each other equally.
Look at the ND in the
Federation
back.
sees no difference between the rights and abilities of men and women.
Right there. That's awesome.
But biologically and chemically we're different. One gender isn't stronger than the other?
We're each individuals with our own strengths and weaknesses, but we're not defined by our gender.
That sounds like a dream.
Message. Just picture Damon Wayans come out. Message.
One I've had many a night.
It's a good dream, LOLANI. One worth holding on to. And this is the command bridge. Usually everyone is working.
Oh my.
Doctor?
Yeah.
You to the bridge.
I was just giving Bonnie a small tour.
Look at this, his mouth is open.
I hadn't anticipated it would be such a distraction.
Not at all, just another day at the office. Feel free to have a look around.
Well, hello there. I'm Montgomery Scott, chief engineer of this entire ship. I make sure everything functions correctly.
That sounds like a very important job.
Aye, it is. Would you care to see my station, lassie?
Well, I can show you something else that we must make sure that that is also functioning normally. By the way, if you want to check the chat, there's been a change.
Oh.
Or at least I don't think the change will come until you send a message.
A change in the YouTube chat?
Something like that. Send a chat. You'll see in a second.
Okay.
Tell me if you notice anything different.
Okay. I'm on the YouTube. I'm not on the Rumble side, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It's on the YouTube side.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Awesome. You notice your change in status?
Yes, acknowledged.
Congratulations.
I accept the rights and responsibilities of the rank I now hold. Thank you.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Do I get my own quarters now?
Yeah, you can roommate with. I guess you have your own. That's right.
Right. Yeah.
It just has the spare one towards the back of the ship next to the nacelle, but
yeah. Deck 39. Got it. No problem.
It's the part of the ship we call the red light district. Good luck having a good night's sleep. But
I'm watching Babylon 5 now. They call it the down below, right? The under decks. Yeah, down below.
He definitely wants to check out that down below right there.
Oh my.
And she's like, she knows it too. The face she's making, she's like, yep.
This is creepy. I mean, Scotty has guts though. He just goes in for it. You know, he sees a pretty girl. He doesn't hold back, you know.
And at least it's played by somebody who knows the character.
Very much so.
Just like
his own flesh and blood.
Deck 78.
Deck 7. That's only on the Dream movie, right?
That's the Dream Ship, yeah.
The Dream Ship
Enterprise.
Which is the top deck, not the lowest one. If it goes backwards, right? They go up. Okay. Right. Hey, Thomas. How are you?
Yeah. So that means they flipped upside down and went down. But there is no up space, so it doesn't matter. Let's get going.
Did you hear from Starfleet?
I did.
And what did they say?
We're allowed to continue the investigation, but as
talk
far
about it
as
later.
Our hands appear to be tied.
So you're giving up?
I'm not giving up.
Sounds like you're giving up.
I'm not.
Don't challenge me.
There's resignation in your voice, Captain.
On my
Sir,
bridge.
We cannot simply return this girl to a life of servitude and slavery.
Dr. McKenna, you're new to this ship, so I'll excuse you for not understanding. When I say I'll do everything I can, I'll do everything I can.
Do you always challenge each other in this manner?
Fourth ball.
No, not always. Why do you ask?
Yes, always. They were scheduled to get married.
Well, I read in some cultures such challenging between males and females is considered a mating ritual.
I'm sure she would like to observe that too.
No. Not in this culture.
Yes, I mean, no. Yes to the no. No.
Captain, Chief Drake is hailing from the Tellarite ship.
Pipe it down to the briefing room. I'll take it there.
Aye, sir.
Ladies, if you'll excuse me.
Of course, Captain.
What if it's an emergency? How long does it take to get to the briefing room? What if some Tellarite woke up and put a knife to Chief Drake's neck? Pipe it down. Put him on hold, Lieutenant. I'm going to take it down to the briefing room. Screen comes up. He's already bleeding from the neck. Done. That took you so long, bitch.
Did I say something wrong?
Oh, no. You were simply making an observation.
I observed something else as well.
You did?
Women in uniform command the respect of their peers. You can tell a lot about someone from what they wear.
Message.
I've got something for you I think you're really going to like.
What is it?
She got me smiling.
Mercenaries were engaged in a
Captain
firefight,
Kirk.
which compromised both the navigational and life support systems.
And what about the merchant, Sev Bin?
Sev Bim Jor. Therein lies the mystery. He did not die from a phaser, but from a deep puncture wound to his throat.
From something like a dagger.
The mercenaries also had daggers,
Of the
but
mind.
neither appears to have been used. There are traces of Lolani's DNA under their fingernails. I believe she was more involved in this incident than she has revealed.
Do they have cloaks to go with those daggers?
All right. See what other information you can gather and return to the ship. I'll see what I can gather from here.
Aye, Captain.
And folks, just as a reminder, if you're watching us live, go ahead and click the link on the top of the chat if you'd like to join us on the panel.
Yes, everyone is welcome.
Indeed.
Unless they consider this non-canon. Oh, it is non-canon.
It is non-canon. It's a great non-canon show.
Non-canon show.
Almost was, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Look at that girdle. I mean, you could see it through the uniform. Look at it.
It's terrible.
Oh, man.
How are you enjoying your quarters?
They're lovely. I'm feeling very spoiled, Captain.
I'm glad. I brought you a book. You said on the bridge that you read. I thought you might enjoy it.
A gift. Thank you. What's it about?
It's about a once great Earth civilization that collapsed from within due to its own moral decay.
That sounds like something that could happen on Orion.
It could happen in any culture where people forget the ideals that made them great.
His own moral. When he said that, I automatically want to think he follows that up with "in my pants."
When you can
moral decay in my pants.
In my pants. She's looking down.
Yeah, particularly. Yeah. I like to see what other moral decay there is.
Jimbo. Jimmy.
I also have some questions.
I'm sure. Please sit.
Actually, she was looking at his girdle.
It's in my nature
Yeah.
to be a good hostess, and since you've given me such a beautiful room to host,
And if you sit down, I don't have to see the damn thing.
the use in fighting our natures.
We learned that the mercenaries were killed at each other's hands.
That's not a question, Captain.
We also learned that the merchant was killed by a knife wound to the throat.
Also not a question. You are bad at this, Captain.
From a knife like the one
Yeah.
you brought on board. You need to tell me what happened. What happened?
What happened?
What?
They began touching me.
You're a slave.
Hmm.
They're gonna touch you.
I just want to say, whoever this actress is playing Lolani, she's really good.
Yes.
She's actually very good.
Yes.
She's obviously beautiful, and the makeup they did is outstanding. This is almost as good, if not better, what they did on the show. Because it's hard with this green stuff. I mean, this is definitely not easy to do. They did a very, very good job on her.
All they did was walk back in the 60s. All they did was walk around and dance.
Right. Well, they had the episode with Lord Garth, right? The
wasn't that Wolf in the No, it wasn't Wolf.
no, that was the one in season 3.
Yeah.
What was the name again? What the hell was it called again?
Yeah, I know.
The the one where they're in the mental asylum. They're in the
yes,
Lord Garth. Yeah. Well, anyway, that episode, there was one. She was an Orion girl, and there was one in the cage, right? The menagerie. That was pretty much it, right?
Yeah. Oh, what was the name? Damn it! I looked it up and I can't find the name of the. Whom Gods Destroy.
Whom Gods Destroy. Yes, that one. Lord Garth.
That was it. Unlike some people, you could actually hear me typing on my keyboard when I Google the information.
Pathetic. So pathetic. Can't stand it. What is Captain Picard's birthday?
Yeah. What? Oh boy,
It was
I can't
never
figure it
said.
out. What is it? I can't figure it out. What is it?
Yeah, what
it's
is
on the
it?
tip of my tongue.
48304. Of course, July 3rd. Yeah. What?
What is Michael J. Fox's middle name? J stands for what?
Oh.
He'd be better off putting the dang thing on mute while he's looking it up.
Yeah, instead of going, oh, of course, it's July 5th, 2005. Yeah, 2305. Never heard, just seen on an LCARS display for 5 seconds. Yes, of course.
Was Voyager's launch star date with well, I knew it was on the freaking plaque. I don't remember when it was.
48030.3.
Starting 48345. How do you know this? Without looking at the dedication plaque. I don't care how much of a super fan you are. You're looking at the dedication plaque.
I'm not pausing screens. I'm never going to pause and watch an LCAR screen or look at the dedication plaque. I just don't. I'm just watching. You know what I mean? I'm not going to. I don't know, man. That's just insane. I don't know. Whatever. Thomas Potts said path.
Follows it perfectly.
Path. All right, I guess we should continue.
Yeah. Getting off on a tangent, and I think what's going on here?
Let's go.
The one who bought me got angry and they started fighting.
Yes. The Gorn?
I hid in the corner and closed my eyes.
What is the Gorn?
Fighting.
Mikey, the game ended an hour ago.
What is the Gorn? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I said the Gorn. Gorn. Pass.
Oh.
He drops out. We're still waiting on his transmission.
I love it. Makes it fun.
Poor Mikey.
Yeah.
And when the noise stopped, I opened my eyes and they were all dead.
I'm glad you're all right, but that story isn't consistent with the facts.
What does it matter what happened, really? If you were enslaved, wouldn't you be grateful just to be free?
I would, but the truth always matters. The one who sold you is on his way here.
Zamenhof? Please, no. He is a brutal man. A brutal, vicious monster who abuses his slaves.
There still may be
Please
time.
don't send me back to him. I was
man.
bound, and now I'm free.
Very bad
I was
man.
numb, and now I can feel. I was paralyzed, and now I can.
All right, Twilight Zone.
Here we go. They got the music wrong.
They got the 1960s. Yeah, go to the Cage music. Come on, what are they doing here? Nice place you got here, Mr. Pike.
This is a bad idea.
This is the best idea.
She did the dance, though. She did the actual dance, yeah.
We can go anywhere and do anything. We're free to do whatever we like.
Who's getting coffee this weekend, Ron?
Is there even a game this weekend?
Yeah, there is. He's got it scheduled. Yeah. Saturday. It's not New Year's Eve. I mean, well, it's not for us. New Year's Eve is Sunday for us.
Sunday for me too, but
but you're ahead. It'll be your Sunday when
it'll be New Year's Eve here.
It'll be New Year's Eve there when we're doing the show. Yes.
I could probably get I'm gonna have to start on game 1, otherwise I'm gonna suck up a storm because every time I come in on game 3 I lose. But I'd be playing against you, so
yeah. It'll be fun.
Worthy loss.
We always have a good time. Although the 4-player ones in game 3 are not bad. I do enjoy those too. When we do a 4-player last minute one.
I was never a big fan of 4-player
No.
games.
Okay.
I usually bow out for 4 players, but
Exhibition match. It's just like whatever.
I think the 4-player game would actually be a lot better if we could play with buzzers. But then we have Mr. President, sometimes Jay, and most of the
lagging.
time he, who can't buzzer in anyway.
So if Mikey had a buzzer, when would it work? Like if he buzzed, would it be from like the last question?
Oh crap! I just hang on. Does anybody remember the time code? Because
you're right there. You're right in Kirk's quarters. They were kissing. That's it. Right about there. There you go. Right there.
Back to the dance. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, I hit the wrong button on the mouse. Went back. Back to full screen, right?
Ryan Trader? Green Animal Women?
All right, we got some things to address in the chat. Let's see. Last year, I think I gave
Christmas
Eve. Possibly. Yes, Tokyo always loses. I have.
Oh, man. That's not true, though. You mean on Christmas and New Year's? Isn't Kirk always kissing? Yeah.
Why wait for a special occasion? Just pick some random young ensign off the corridor. You, Ensign Beaumont. Yeah.
It's your turn.
Yeah. Go on in. Get in the shuttle. Let's go. He comes back. They land back on the Enterprise. Kirk hikes up his pants. I'm done. Get out of the shuttle.
I love when they did the DS9 episode and Dax is checking him out. And he's like, oh, what did Cisco say? He had quite the reputation of being the ladies' man or something.
Not him.
Right.
Spock. We're done here. Let's go.
We're done. You weirdo.
Spock.
Those eyes.
Thomas, what are you going on about, bro?
Congratulations on me.
That's what I always say.
And Tokyo is the champion.
That's how it's been going down. But I don't think it's going to.
So is he intimating that we're buying coffee for John? Is that what he's thinking?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't buy coffee for John.
I probably should, but I don't know.
I should though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish people would buy me coffee. People would give me super chats on Rumble. But yeah, I'm not dry begging here. I'm actually saying it. Super chat, and I'll read your channel line. Before I press play again, now there was this Japanese vlogger, American guy, who put out a video called "I'm Done," and I was hoping he was going to quit YouTube because he was being a prick.
Yeah.
And he just doubled down on being even more of a prick. He said, I'm going to be doing live streams, but I'm not reading any of your chats unless you give me money. And he meant it. People were telling him to go screw off, and he's like, no, fuck you too. It's my channel. I'll do what I want.
Talk about meltdown. Has no relevance on winning or losing.
You'll protect me, won't you, Captain? Please don't let him take me away.
Bridge to Captain Kirk. Please. Bridge to Captain Kirk.
He's doing the shoulder grab like Shatner. He's doing.
Uhura, you cockblocker.
Bridge to Captain Kirk.
Bridge to Captain Kirk.
Kirk here. What is it, Lieutenant?
Mr. Spock and Chief Drake have returned from the Tellarite ship.
Have Chekhov meet me. What that 15? Sorry.
Have them meet me on the bridge.
A little bit of generation there.
That was wrong of me. I know what you're trying to do, but seducing me is not the answer.
No, Captain, that was wrong of me. I'm sorry. Some habits die hard.
You're right about one thing.
Yeah, something else was hard there, definitely.
Oh my.
Everyone has the right to be free. I wish it didn't matter what happened on that ship, but unfortunately it does. I'll do whatever I can to help you. I promise.
Shouldn't have said that.
I love that they use the original music, though. I do love that.
Yeah, they should have kept some of the original cues, though.
Well, they did, though.
The dance music.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess they were trying to... Maybe they didn't have a clean copy of it. You know?
Well, Phase 2 had plenty of them.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
You. Hello. Are you lost? Do you need
Here we go.
help with anything?
This is where I'm gonna have to leave your ship forever.
Shoot! I did it again! The stupid mouse.
What, are you hitting the back button?
Yep.
You have one of those buttons, too? Yeah, I know. It's all right. You got it.
Kenway. Matthew.
Matthew, a monster is coming to take me back to Orion. Please don't let him. Please? I will go anywhere as long as it's away from him. I feel much safer here with you. I cannot deny the attraction I felt the moment I saw you.
How can I help you?
What if we were to fly away together? Just the two of us.
A more detailed forensic analysis of the crime scene reveals that only one of the Tellarites was killed.
That guy
by
is
another.
tall.
The
Jeez.
merchant Sev Bim Jor and the second mercenary
It was RoboCop.
were killed by a fourth participant.
You're certain? There's no evidence of any recent docking or transport from another ship.
It appears to be the only logical explanation. I know that Orion women can be very persuasive, and we mustn't allow ourselves to be deceived. She is no longer an unfortunate slave captain. She could be a murderer.
Wow. Nice attention to detail there, too. With the shuttle bay.
Shuttlecraft bay doors have been activated.
On whose authority?
None that I'm aware.
Could it be? Seal the doors. Have security meet me at the hangar deck. Mr. Drake?
That was definitely not a Spock line where he's like, could it be?
Huh. Yeah, that was a little too human sounding, right? Yeah.
Could it be?
But
Spock would say, we both know what is happening here.
Logic would dictate. Nice attention to detail. I don't know if you saw that double door that they had going into the hangar bay.
Yeah.
That was like on Journey to Babel. That was almost the same shot where they had that double door and the control panel. Just the attention to detail is amazing. These guys just didn't miss a beat when it came to this. You feel like you're watching season 4. You really, I mean, it's just, if you just, obviously the actor is a little different, but if you suspend that disbelief, it's just amazing. The lighting, everything. Even these CG effects, they make it look fuzzy. They like almost like the 60s show. It's not too sharp. These CG, look at the shuttle. It looks kind of fuzzed out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's done purposely. Yeah.
That video distortion on the rendering.
I love it.
It's great. A little bit of TNG season 1 music there.
Picard shouting.
Captain, I'll deal with you in a minute.
Isn't that the Admiral chick?
No, not at all. No.
Really?
That's somebody else. Another girlfriend of one of the actors.
I would do anything to keep from going back to Orion. This isn't his fault. He was only trying to protect me.
Confine her to quarters. Post a guard there. I'm revoking her free roaming privileges.
Yes, Captain.
Matthew, forgive me!
LOLANI!
Stand down, crewman.
Please, you gotta let me help her. Please, Captain, we can't let her be a slave again to anyone!
Get a hold of yourself, mister!
Oh.
I may have to tolerate the sovereignty of alien worlds, but what I won't tolerate is insubordination on my ship. You're confined to quarters until your next duty shift, and you're not to go near that girl again. Do you understand?
There's something very ironic about that scene just now, where Kirk was like, I don't tolerate any insubordination on my ship. The irony of this exact scene with that supporting actor is that there was a scene in the abandoned Phase 2 episode where Pike says the exact same line to the same actor.
Oh, that's funny.
What I won't tolerate is insubordination on my ship. He obviously had the. As a matter of fact, I probably just draw it up real quick. Let's see.
Well, we can get to it afterwards too, right? You want to?
Yeah. Pike versus.
You may lose your spot.
I'm on another tab.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I put Pike versus Kirk, and it's called Origins Protracted Man.
It may not be clipped out because it's yeah.
If you can find it. No, will not tolerate insubordination on my ship. All right. Switch real quick to this.
Oh, there it is.
I do understand. I understand. But I will not.
He's ready to cry.
Tolerate a breach of discipline on my ship.
Damn. Damn.
There are no excuses on my ship. There are no justifications on my ship.
There's no fear in this dojo.
My
no,
ship.
There's no pain in this dojo.
Or no, say whatever you want, but it will not mitigate a breakdown in the chain of command.
What is the way of the fist?
It was
strike first.
Strike first. Strike first. Strike
fast. No mercy.
Sir.
This is actually, I want to watch this episode now. I don't remember seeing this one. This actually looks pretty good.
It's abandoned.
Oh, okay.
It's abandoned. And this is a rough cut, so the audio's out of sync.
Okay, okay.
There's no special effects, and where there are special effects, some of it's substituted with cue cards.
Mm.
Like this says, there's one scene earlier in this that says like X Enterprise Space Anomaly.
Like a silent movie.
Yeah.
But see, the lighting is different. You see how that? I mean, they got it, but they didn't really get it in this one. They with the blue and the green.
You'll just have to imagine the fire. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Look at that face.
Do you understand?
No, Sensei!
You see that he gets there.
You're the best around.
Cut to sick bay.
Sick bay. Boy, here, Captain.
Bones, is there anything that can protect our crewmen against the effects of the Orion pheromones?
My girdle.
Actually, there is. Ship-wide inoculation can be ready at your command. Why? What's up, Jim?
Never mind. Just start inoculating immediately. Kirk out.
Who's he talking to? Oh, wait, he's supposed to be talking to
Larry Nemechek.
Where's Lolani?
Where's Lolani?
Isn't it lovely? Dr. McKenna gave it to me.
Oh
She
my!
said it's what ladies wear on other exotic worlds. I feel almost like a princess.
You look lovely.
For somebody wearing a curtain.
Captain, I'm sorry for what I did. Even though I'm desperate to remain free, I shouldn't have.
Wait, Spock, I've seen that before. Didn't you have that hanging up in your quarters, covering the window? Indeed, I do, Captain. If I need to imitate Spock, Habercorn Spock is easy to imitate.
Yes.
Manipulated your crewmen.
I believe my mother gave that.
No, it won't.
For Starfleet Academy.
Dr. McCoy has inoculated the crew against the effects of your pheromones.
That really isn't necessary.
We think it was. We've pieced together most of what happened on the Tellarite ship, but there's one important piece of information still missing.
The fact that I'm hanging limp right now proves that the inoculations are working.
I told you everything I know. I told them everything I remember.
Captain, it's not uncommon for someone who's been traumatized to block out memories that are just too painful. It's entirely possible she's simply not conscious of everything that happened.
That's why Mr. Spock.
Spock's look on his face. He's like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Yep. He wants her gone. Off my ship.
Understand.
Look
If
at his
you'll
face.
permit me,
You are creating
I will
disorder,
connect with your
madam.
mind and reveal any additional information.
Logic dictates.
It won't hurt you in any way.
Not at all.
I'll be here with you the whole time.
That's what you think.
Please trust us, Lolani.
Trust the wigs. Let the wig do the work.
I trust you.
The same wig stylist.
Yeah. It's a different color. Wait, this is the music from Cat's Paw. Where's the Vulcan music?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, is it copyrighted? They couldn't use that one?
Probably. Dun, 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 dun.
See the Cat's Paw music. Captain Kirk!
Fucking giant cat comes out.
They're looking
Hocus
at me.
pocus. Mumbo jumbo. What is mumbo jumbo?
They come towards me.
That's interesting. I like this. This is good.
Then the other. They're fighting. Seven Jor protests, but
Props to the makeup artist. Her makeup's not running.
No, it's really good.
they overpower him. What is on top? I reach for his gun. I fire. Seven Jors wounded, begging for help. There's a knife in my hand.
Fatality.
That was actually a really cool sequence with the seeing the mind meld.
That's good, yeah.
You never really saw that.
Well, will you report that I'm a murderer?
Well, look up.
Will you send me to some Federation prison?
You're not subject to our laws.
And besides, you were defending yourself as anyone in your situation would do.
But you will send me back. The bruises on my body are not from the Tellarites. Zamenhof beats his slaves. What is he going to do to me when I go back there? And the others like me, they don't even know any better. They think they deserve it.
We are not diplomats, Lolani. We do not have the authority to...
To do what? To make a difference in the unbearable hell that is the slave trade on my planet? Well, I could be the voice for women who have none.
Message.
She's good. She's not bad. I've seen worse guest actors on the actual Star Trek show.
Yeah.
Over the years. I mean, seriously, she's not bad.
She's not bad at all.
No.
Not if you send me back in
This is one of the
chains.
best episodes that they've done. Hands down.
Please, Captain.
Yeah.
How long before Zamenhof's ship arrives?
His course and speed puts him there at any moment.
And then what? We just hand her over as if she's property?
No,
Under Orion
Enter
law,
his,
she
property?
is. We do not have the right.
Spock, you of all people. You
I'm a
saw
Karen.
what happened to her. You felt it. Isn't that bigger than some planet's immoral law?
Call the
I
manager.
confess I was unprepared for the anguish I experienced.
Lieutenant Karen, step in here.
That's it. She's Lieutenant Karen. That's right. You gonna let him do this?
Lolani.
You know who my husband is?
I empathize with her.
Wait, I'll get my communicator to record you all.
And there are many more like her. And don't we empathize with all beings who are forced into slavery?
But there are other
Jim?
things to consider.
Such as?
She's dangerous. She brandished a knife at the captain. She
He's making
attempted
me
to
feel
steal-
uncomfortable.
Dr. McCoy had to inoculate.
These facts are making me uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Face. I need my safe space.
She's really not that bad. It was just her tone at that moment that
Yeah.
made me think of that.
Yeah. It's called for.
Hit the entire crew to protect against her.
That's true. But you can't condemn her for her body's own natural physiology.
Especially she's only using it to try to gain her freedom.
And can you imagine what will happen to her when she's returned?
Yeah, there we go
Considering
again.
all that she's done just to escape.
Karen, dismissed.
The Gorin. What's the Gorin?
The Orions are not known for their civility, gentlemen. She could be
Thinking
beaten
about
to
lunch.
death. Starfleet isn't here. If they were, perhaps
Salami
they'd see
sandwiches.
things differently.
But
Dr. McKenna, Starfleet is here. And if you don't think Starfleet is here, then you need to get out of that uniform. I said it.
He'd still be bound by the same laws that we are.
Captain,
And because Captain Kirk was the one that would have said something like that, she would have done it. Because it's Captain Kirk.
Orion vessel approaching with one passenger on board.
If you're Akiva Goldsman, that is.
He's signaling he's ready for transport.
Have the transporter room stand by. We're on our way.
Isn't there something we can do?
Don't.
Dinner. We'll treat him with all the proper courtesy and serve him a civilized dinner he won't soon forget. All right, gentlemen, are we ready?
Something's not sitting right in my gut about this, sir.
Well, your gut may be right, Scotty. We'll find out soon enough.
That's because Scotty decided to have some gach before he went up to the thing. We all know that Klingon food gives him a sour stomach.
Klingon devils.
And Admiral, I replaced the Klingon food pot. They were giving me a sour stomach. Oh, so that's how would you know? I guess you don't want to know because probably farting up a storm in the bird of prey.
Treating someone with respect with whom we philosophically disagree is an intriguing strategy. It will be interesting to see how he responds should we not return his property.
Well, we may have no choice, Spock.
Beam Dr. Banner aboard.
Locked on, sir.
Energize.
Oh,
Back
look who it is. Lou Ferrigno.
I'm Captain James Kirk.
But he's not in
The
jeans.
Enterprise.
He's not in torn jeans. Like,
It's an honor to board your fair ship.
It's an honor to have you, sir.
Oh, no. You're the captain. I'm just but a small, simple businessman. It's a shame I can't stay longer.
I'm delighted to hear you say that.
Okay, so all jokes aside, well, no, not all jokes aside with the Incredible Hulk thing. All you'd have to do is just close your eyes and imagine the old 70s, 80s Incredible Hulk shows and movies that came out with Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk. Finally
He was
speaking,
great.
and he sounds like this.
yeah, I mean, he's deaf, right? I mean, people that don't know, maybe they're too young. He was born deaf, so that's why he sounds like that.
See, I didn't know he was deaf. I thought it was because,
Oh no,
like him with a lot of people who do bodybuilding professionally, they all end up sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of the day.
no. He was born partially deaf, or he developed deafness when he was at a young age. So that's why he sounds like that. He sounds like a deaf person. I think he either reads lips or he can partially hear, but very little. So that's why he sounds like that. Yeah.
Now I feel bad for making a joke about that.
No. It's okay. Maybe you didn't know. And How did they sell this part to him, though? It's like, okay, listen, Lou, you've been out of circulation for a while, but I have an idea. I have a fan film about Star Trek, but I want to paint you green again. You okay with that? Come on back, buddy. Let's do this one more time. Like, how did they sell this idea to the guy? He was painted green for how many years on the Incredible Hulk? You know,
at least 10.
Oh yeah, great series, by the way. That was one of the best, you know, of the kind.
Of the era, too,
of the era, the 70s. Great show. Bill Bixby was phenomenal.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, but
back in green,
and Lou was in the Mr. Universe with Arnold Schwarzenegger, wasn't he? Back in the day, like they were neck and neck in a lot of those competitions, bodybuilding competitions. That I mean,
they're like you and me on Jeopardy.
So you're the Arnold and I'm the Lou Ferrigno, or vice versa? Is that what it is?
Vice versa, because Arnold always win.
I'd be back. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
You forgot to say please. The dialogue following that scene. Nice night for a walk, eh?
Hey,
a walk. Your clothes. Give them to me. Ow!
It's great.
We've prepared a dinner in anticipation of your arrival. We'd love to know more about you and your people.
I've never been the one to turn down a free meal, much less in the company of these revered men.
This is my Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Leonard McCoy.
Looks nothing like
my Chief
Just had
Engineer,
lunch?
Lieutenant Commander Montgomery Scott.
Just had a drink?
And my First Officer, Commander Spock, will escort you to dinner personally.
Just shed his gunfire with McKenna.
Very good.
Yes.
Lead on, Mr.
Spock.
His arms are still big. Look at him, man. Still cut. All these years later, look at this guy.
Take as much time as you want, Captain.
He's from New York too, originally. Yeah.
Now that was unexpected.
He seems nice for a slave trader.
Kenway, you're supposed to be in your quarters.
Oh, no, I've been cleared to return to duty. I mean, besides, we've all been inoculated anyway, so the Orion woman, she's not a threat.
Shimerman.
I'm to deliver a message regarding her owner. I can show you a copy of my orders if you'd like.
That's not necessary. I'll be right outside.
Oh. Ooh.
Matthew.
I had to see you.
I had no orders to leave.
You did? I was hoping to see you again as well.
I wish there was some way I could help you.
Can you make me disappear?
I wish I could just wish these feelings away.
Make Zamenhof disappear? When he takes me away, my dream of ending the horror of Orion's slave trade will die. And your captain is gonna let that happen?
Captain Kirk is a good man, but he can't disobey Starfleet orders. He'd lose his command.
I read once, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
And I read.
Let that happen?
How can someone like me prevent it?
Someone like you?
I hate what's happening to you and those on your planet, but what can I do about it?
What can I do about it?
I'm nobody.
If I've learned anything, it's everyone is someone.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the message that needs to reach
You
others
go
like
stroke.
me.
Instead of stroking something else.
I feel like
Ugh.
I'm screaming and no one can hear me.
I hear you.
I hear you.
I hear you.
I hear you. I hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Right here. The horn.
I'm nobody.
Pass.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Simp.
He's a simp.
Wait.
The type of dudes that go on whatever podcast.
Whoa.
What is this delicious meat?
It is an earth vegetable. It is called eggplant.
Wonderful. It tastes
Wonderful.
almost like a wing slug.
Parmesan. It's
Does it
beautiful.
also scream when it's boiled?
Does it scream when it's boiled?
No, it does not.
Like a Kelpian?
And what is this beverage?
Earth wine called Shiraz.
I can't
Shiraz.
take the alcohol.
They should have got it.
Tendrils.
But the Saurian
So
brandy
I'm
right there.
Curious,
That's it.
Zamenhof. The females of your species release a powerful pheromone that I had to inoculate the crew against.
It's good you did that, Doctor.
Are the males of your species gifted with a similar biochemical control?
Being under the pressure of females for decades hindered us from developing into their level of potency. But yes, we do have a certain natural scent that can attract the desired mate.
Actually, it's perfect.
She's good. She's good.
LOLANI says you're a brutal monster.
Respect, Scotty. I said respect.
I can see we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
I respect you know any more about her history than she wishes you to. I treat her well.
The chimes
All
at
my
midnight.
girls, they're all well cared for.
Please forgive Mr. Scott for his lack of sensitivity.
No apology necessary.
Scotty's like, yeah.
I've got 280 slaves, more than any other on Orion. Beautiful girls, beautiful. They provide pleasure and passion throughout the galaxy. I surmise that bits and practices will be a source of interest to you. I'm happy to be an ambassador for my culture. Don't hold back. Just ask me any question.
He smiles.
It's my understanding that the Orion people have
I don't
practiced
want that
slavery
little
since
shine
the
mark
discovery of
between
fire.
cartoons that come off.
Correct.
The teeth.
Surely it wasn't a universally accepted concept. Perhaps it even caused a war or two in your early tribal culture.
Is she drinking water?
Possibly. The Orion never cared to chronicle our history in great detail.
How do you ever expect to learn from it?
Easy, Doctor. I mean, who are we to judge a system that has worked for the Orions for hundreds of years?
Easy, Dr.
I've
Karen.
heard that your females are actually quite comfortable and happy in their standing.
That's right, Captain.
Yes.
You know, after the Civil War, our women had no purpose. It fell upon the men to give them direction. They're next to animals without it.
Now that I can understand. Take Dr. McKenna here.
Dr. McCarran.
Obstinate when she doesn't get her own way. She certainly
Obstinate.
benefits from my guidance as a man.
Don't mansplain me.
I'm wondering,
He still sounds more like Archer than Kirk.
how much would you pay for her?
He doesn't get captured like Archer.
Excuse me?
How much is she worth? She could be your 219th.
Nah, I couldn't put a price on it. This woman's educated, refined, civilized. Slavery's not for her kind.
But she challenges me, Zamenhof. She questions my authority on and on.
Captain, don't be
That's Shatner.
unreasonable. She's clearly brilliant and capable.
Oh, no.
And what about Lolani?
He gets better as the episodes
She's as
go on.
learned and capable as any
Yeah.
Starfleet.
This is only episode 2.
Animals do not thirst for knowledge and strive to better themselves. She's consumed a wealth of learning as you've consumed your food, Zamenhof. She's not a slave. She's a woman. And even without the knowledge, education, beauty, talent, she is still a woman.
Dun, dun,
The
dun,
fundamental
dun.
right to be free.
They look left, they look right, they look left, they look right.
Captain, you're a shrewd one. I like you. But
I like
I
you.
was late, and we're not going to change each other's minds over a fine dinner. With your permission, Captain, I'd like to take my leave and return with my...
I grow fatigued again.
Lolani.
Fascinating, but not unexpected.
Captain,
I'm sorry, Doctor.
Sorry, Doctor.
Simply trying to illustrate a point.
What did you hope to accomplish, sir?
Well, I hoped that if he saw Lolani the way we do, perhaps he wouldn't take her away.
well, it didn't appear to work. Any other ideas?
And I'll have to go to Sophie for your harassment.
Nothing.
Any other ideas?
I believe it may be time to say goodbye.
I have to call your manager now. Call your admin.
Yeah. Yeah. The manager. Who's this guy?
Did they say anything? He's like, here, you go ahead.
Greetings,
Going
friend.
over there. Go.
Thank you for caring for my dear girl. You're free to go. I'll take care of her.
I'm gonna have to check with the captain first.
Certainly, whatever pleases you, friend.
Should bust through the wall with a.
He could have easily. Right? The
Well,
wooden door.
Well, the look at you. You have them eating out of your hand. I'm a brutal monster. How dare you humiliate me? When I get you back, you're going to regret the day you ever imagined yourself as anything but a slave!
Oof.
And then, this Earth's costume changes the cover doesn't change one underneath. And you'll be punished until you bring your plate!
Oh. Double fist, double fist. He did it. He did it. He did the girl. He did it. Oh, he did the kick too. He did the kick too. Oh shit.
That was bleed me out. Reveal to them the animal you really are.
That's the same kick he did on the wall.
Go on.
Yep.
Go on. Come on.
Yeah.
You're lucky you're still alive, Captain.
Yeah,
you had no right to interfere. This is my property.
Civilized men do not treat people as property.
Civilized.
That's all you understand. How much do you want for her?
What?
LOLANI. I wish to buy her from you.
First you condemn my trade, then you wish to partake in it.
I wish her free from you by any means.
No.
Why?
Because you wish it.
This is good. This is good.
Because it pleases me to deny you.
There it is.
I perceive you win too much, Captain. You will not win this one.
Whatever the Tellarites paid you, I'll match it.
I will not sell her to you for all the gold in the mine of Denver. Now, Captain Kirk, you stand aside and beam us back to my ship. Or when I'm done with you and your Starfleet, you'll be lucky to command a Goblin Scowl.
Goblin Scowl. I could watch Lou Ferrigno all day. I could watch this all day compared to the new stuff. This is great. It's perfect.
I meant that you should be hauled away as
garbage. That's great. He did a double-fisted hit like he did with
I shouldn't
Dorn.
have to tell you that what you did was completely irresponsible. It was practically akin to striking a political figure. Zamenhof is a powerful man.
His actions prove that we are condemning this girl to a life of physical and mental torture.
And that is a matter for the diplomats, Captain. And what about the families of the slain Tellarites? Do they not deserve justice as well?
Commodore, the Tellarites were abusing her. She was fighting for her safety, her freedom.
The Federation will not commit an act of war over one slave.
It was in Federation space.
LOLANI.
Jurisdiction.
Captain, you will return Zamenhof and the slave girl LOLANI to his
No,
ship.
but they have a treaty of some sort. They
You have your orders.
Yeah.
Starfleet out.
Otherwise, they'll all be trying to escape to the Federation, all the slaves, to get asylum.
Thank you for the fine dinner, Captain, and the sense to follow orders. May our paths never cross again.
Likewise.
Actually going to let go of her right.
Right angle. Nod shot.
Energize.
Simp. I said energize it and simp.
Oh, is he going to do it? Even to space? Yeah, he didn't have the guts.
Permission to leave my post, Captain.
Granted.
Mister.
McCoy told me he inoculated the crew.
He did, sir.
There.
Do whatever I can to help you. I promise.
Please don't send me back there. You have no idea what it's like.
She's a woman with a fundamental right to be free.
The Federation will not commit an act of war over one slave.
Her name is Lolani. All hands, this is the captain. I'm about to violate a direct order from Starfleet Command. I take full responsibility for this action, and my log will reflect that none of the crew are complicit. Many of you had the opportunity over the last few days to meet the young Orion girl that was aboard. Her name is Lolani. Sisulu, 3/4 impulse speed. Close the distance to Zamenhof's ship. Bring us within transporter range. Transporter room, stand by to beam Lolani aboard.
Yes, Thomas. But there was some exposition by Lou Ferrigno, actually by the Commodore.
Now, Captain.
Transporter room.
This is the damn No Cannon show.
I know, right? They shouldn't be shocked if he's
Should be more shocked if Kirk just said, "Let him go."
How did it? Did she blow up the ship? How did it?
We're gonna find out.
Okay, I thought maybe I missed something here. It was real solemn. They kind of kept it all back here. Working.
If you found this recording, it means I have failed. I am dead. I did not wish for my life to end this way, but I thought it was the only means left to send a message to those who enslave others. My death will mean nothing. But perhaps Zamenhof's death will light a fire in my people and their allies. Those who witness inhumanity and do not act.
Like Captain Kirk. Prick.
The message of hope must go on. It must reach Orion.
Wow, one switch, huh? That's all it takes to do a public address?
Are longing,
Yep.
desperate to live free, to dream, to fly. It is obvious I will not be the one to carry that message, though I pray another will. If we remain silent to the cruelties that surround us, we will
Thinking
lose
about tuna
part of
fish.
ourselves. A part that feels. It stands up for injustice. A part that loves. May
You
this
prefer
not be the
spaghetti and meatball?
but a
Yes, because this is America.
freedom at all costs.
Oh, this guy again. Enough with him.
Ensign Simp.
Enough, yeah. Enough. They gave him enough
Wishing
dialogue.
to take an extended leave, Captain.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Go to Risa, clear your head.
Visit family.
Yeah, right.
Would this family Happen to be anywhere near the Orion system?
Yes, sir. Yes, it would.
Granted.
Thank you, sir.
Never to be seen again.
Kenway.
Kenway.
You may need this.
It's so much exposition at the beginning of the episode, and now it's just not much dialogue at all.
Yeah. Roll credits.
Like Drexler. It's great. This is a fine episode. I mean, this is really good. This is really good. This is so much better than the garbage we've watched over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
6 years. Oh my goodness, this is good. The acting was good. The everything was good. The only thing you didn't like was the doctor, I think. That's the only nitpick, and that weird Commodore, which I recognize her from somewhere.
Actually really good, so.
Yeah. God, this is good. Oh man, it's Star Trek. See, Star Trek is best when it's a good story. It doesn't have to be all the space battles and all the craziness that goes on with that. It's a story. It has a message. It has maybe a moral to it. You know, and obviously you keep the sci-fi element there too, but it's a good storytelling. And this was a good story.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it's one of the best of the series, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. Yeah, a few of them I didn't like. This one was definitely very, very good. In fact, I just recently rewatched the last episode. What is it? Where no man has gone before.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2. Exactly, that one. That's not bad either, but it's just kind of wrap things up.
Yeah.
You know, but no, it's good.
Phase 2 was going to do something that the fan film Phase 2, not the original. It was going to do something really, really cool. They were going to bring Rex into the show.
From Enterprise?
From the animated series.
Oh, from the animated series. Okay.
3-arm Afrosian.
Oh, okay.
They were going to bring Rex into the series. I would have liked them to try to do that with... I think they could have pulled it off here.
They probably could. Technologically, they probably could have done it. Yeah. But the attention to detail, I mean, it's just up there. I mean, you see just how much they really spent on this set. You know, and they replicated it. This is only the episode 2, so I mean, they built this whole thing already. Every corridor, that's exactly how it was in the original series. The whole everything. Every little piece on the wall. I mean, every little detail. I just respect that. You know, I respect attention to detail. And the production value is so high. You know, even the ADR is done well. You don't hear like echoes. You know, usually with these fan films, you hear a lot of echoes and reverb. They didn't sound it right. They didn't microphone it. You know, mic it up right, or use enough sound padding, like in the in the walls or whatever, acoustic padding.
Re-record, yeah.
Yeah, you don't hear any of that here. You don't hear echoes. You don't see a lot of funny shadows, meaning like sloppy lighting. It's just done so well. I really wish this could continue, but obviously for a million reasons it can't now. Yeah. No, they definitely love Star Trek as much as we do. It's apparent.
We're definitely getting robbed with what we're getting now.
It's so, there's no good story.
No.
They're trying to tell. I mean, obviously there's a liberal agenda they're trying to push. You know, obviously.
Yeah.
But even the storytelling is just so muckety muck. It doesn't make any sense. Even when the Next Generation wanted to push liberal, kind of progressive storytelling, they did it in a classy way. They did it with an interesting story. Okay. What's the one I can think of? The one where Riker fell in love with the Janai, the non-binary, non-gender. Yes, the Outcast with Melissa, whatever her name is, whatever. She, that was a good episode of Star Trek.
I've gotten into a lot of arguments with a lot of the Star Trek Discovery fandom out there, and they're like, "Oh, transgenderism has never been addressed in Star Trek. Homosexuality has never been addressed in Star Trek." I mean,
Not true.
Have you guys ever seen The Next Generation before? We watched Picard.
No, so they haven't even seen it then. They haven't seen it.
Ugh.
And they had censors back then, too. It was a little bit of a different time. Let's not forget that. 1991 was very different than 2011 or 2021. I mean, they had sponsors. You know, it was different. You couldn't piss off the sponsors either. You couldn't go too far with it.
Roddenberry and then likewise Rick Berman, they didn't care about the censors too much. They wanted to push it as far as they could.
They did, as far as they could, in a classy way.
And with the Outcast, the story goes that Riker, Jonathan Frakes, was pissed because the producers didn't have the gall to cast a
male, right?
The role.
Well, you did have the lesbian kiss in DS9.
Yes, you did.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that was controversial when that happened.
That
alone, that was
hot, but still.
I guess, yeah.
The only time I ever found Susanna Thompson to be hot was that role right there.
She was in a few roles, though, where she wasn't bad. She was pretty attractive as that engineer. What was it? What with the Masterpiece Society? Wasn't she in that one?
I don't remember.
All right, the Masterpiece Society, where these humans lived in a dome.
Oh no, I don't remember her being in it, but I remember
she was the engineer. She was the blonde engineer that Geordi worked with, and then she sabotaged all their plans to fix the place. And she was pretty good in that one. Yeah, because she didn't have any makeup. I mean, she was a human. She wasn't, she wasn't aliened up. She played a Romulan. She played a lot of characters, actually. Susanna Thompson was a lot.
She's a terrible Borg queen, though.
She did the best she could. I mean, it's hard to get the nuance of Alex Krieg. She
was obviously a discount.
She was. I mean, it was apparent. But they did get Alice Krieg back for Endgame, I thought, which was a nice touch.
Which was awesome. And they got at least her VO back for
Picard. That's true. It wasn't her. Yeah, it was her voiceover. That is true. And what else did Susanna Thompson do? Didn't she do something else? Wasn't she in Enterprise too?
I think so. And Jeff, on your note, I really shouldn't either, but it's like there's this one TikToker that sent out a video in response to why do men fetishize lesbians, and she had 2 chocolate bars, and she says, "Well, what do men like more than 1 chocolate bar? 2 chocolate bars." That's
a pretty simple.
It's not. I don't find it hot for the. What I don't find attractive about that is the message, the aspect of supporting the community like that. I don't find that attractive at all. I find it attractive in like a porno type of way.
Well, Jerry Taylor was openly gay. The writer, the executive producer for Star Trek at one point, and she had very much a lot to say with that episode, The Outcast, and then of course a few other things that she could maybe slip in. But it was a tough time to do it in. And that got a lot of that controversy with that episode of DS9. What was it called again? Rejoined, I think it was. Or
Rejoined, yeah.
Yeah. And Avery Brooks directed that episode, which was phenomenally done. And it was done in a classy way.
With taste, yeah.
With taste. He shot that in a way that just wasn't tawdry. You didn't feel dirty. It just felt like emotionally it built up to this point where they had to. And it was just because they missed each other. It was touching. It was done really, really well. It's not it's not a sexual thing. It's not about fetishizing it. It's just about, it's about what it was. Yeah.
I'm a guy. I fetishize it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I wish I couldn't. Aside from chopping my balls off, it's not going to happen.
But Star Trek was classy. It was a classy operation. It was a classy show.
Yeah.
It didn't get down and dirty. It told some stories that were a bit controversial, but it did it in a classy way.
And I would dare even say they don't ram the Paul Stamets Hugh Culber relationship down everybody's throat.
That's true, because you could take it that way, but they really don't. They
don't.
It's there, but they're not right. They're not jamming it down your throat. That is a good point. I'm glad you actually said that, because a lot of people get very closed off when it comes to the subject, and they go, oh, No, you're right. They did it in a way that's as tasteful as possible, I guess, for these people. For these people running it.
Even though they're hack writers and everything else, but
they're bad.
I will say this, though. At least they're not like Carlos Pendraza. That could have been really bad. And anybody doesn't know who this is, he used to be a co-executive producer, creator on Star Trek Hidden Frontier fan series, and then went on to do Star Trek New Voyages, and directed and co-wrote an episode called Blood and Fire, which was a rehash of the David Gerald script. And what Carlos Pendraza does is, of course, he's an openly gay man, and he shoves down the message down everybody's throat. It's not tasteful. The homosexual scenes that you see in the fan film and in phase 2 are disgusting. Like,
It was something with Kirk's nephew or something, wasn't it? There was something with I remember watching a few of those episodes. I never went back to watch them ever again. They never held me, probably because of that, or the bad acting. But
it was terrible, absolutely terrible.
It wasn't done tastefully, classily. It wasn't done in a Star Trek kind of way,
right?
Hence why it failed.
And before that, you don't really see sex on Star Trek. It's insinuated.
But it's not in your face.
It's not in your face.
Never.
Carlos Pendraza's scenes are in your face. There are sex scenes in Hidden Frontier. There are sex scenes.
Got it.
In phase 2, and which led up to the supposed rape scene with the Klingon and Ash Tyler, where we got to see Klingon titty for the first time, and it wasn't real Klingon titty because it was scaly like a dinosaur.
Yeah, that was all very peculiar. It's like a bad dream, just talking about those early seasons of Discovery. It's like I've watched them once, and I never, ever want to go back and watch them again. Maybe I'll do it in the future. Maybe I'll eat my words, but I've never wanted to go back and rewatch any of that stuff.
It's just
not. It's painful.
Star Trek. They want to make
I like the Captain Lorca stuff. Like, that was interesting. He was a good actor. He intrigued me a bit of that first season but then obviously it went off the rails when he came from the mirror universe somehow and somehow made it that went off the rails, and the fortune cookies, and he's something with the light being too bright. I don't know. It got a little creepy at the end, but he was intriguing to me. Season 2 was trash. I can't stand Saru. I just can't.
Oh, really? Because I think Saru was probably the only character worthy of being a Star Trek character.
No, but it's a joke to them. They're making him sound like he's a Star Trek character, but he's a joke. He's a clown. Like, it's not. It's like these writers' bad impression of what they think a real Star Trek character should sound like.
Have some more. Yeah.
It's just I don't like him. He's weird. The actor's not bad. I think it's what he's given to work with is terrible.
I like Doug Jones.
Yeah, he's good. I can't fault him. I cannot fault him. It's what he's given to work with. That whole thing and the whole Kelpian thing. It's just weird. It's not. It's disconcerting. It's not the Star Trek universe that Gene Roddenberry created.
I just wish they would have named him something different, because his name, anybody that speaks Japanese, including myself, laughed at his name.
What does Saru mean?
Monkey.
Saru is monkey.
Saru is monkey.
Saru. Okay. Saru.
Monkey.
That's monkey. That's funny. That is funny.
Like,
and I can't even name the rest of the bridge characters on that show. Can you?
There's Owushka-kun, Detmer.
Yeah. But Olu, they shorten the name of Olu or something, or Oru or whatever.
Ulu or something.
Yeah, but the woman with the cyborg, I don't know her name.
I don't remember the full android's name.
The full androids, don't remember that one. Not remember. They're not memorable.
No, they're not.
Just people. They don't even know who they are.
They tried to make Detmer, and Detmer was Cyber Chick with the half of her face. looking
Detmer,
like
that's who it is, right?
combat. They try
Yeah.
to make her the female Tom Paris.
She's odd. She's odd too. You don't really know much about her. I don't know. I don't like it. They're not likable. They're not approachable. The whole series is just no good. At least Strange New Worlds are trying. They're trying to go back to the formula that Star Trek works, and even then they get in their own way.
Yeah.
But I see some hope. I like where they're going with this Gorn thing. I'm digging it, and I like the Kirk Spock thing now. The new Kirk and the new Spock. I like it, although everyone seems to hate him. I do see something there. So I'm hopeful they'll get some of it right for season 3. Maybe another musical episode.
Oh. Season 2. This is my thought on season 2. It's going to be very controversial. I would take season 1 of Discovery and watch that 1 billion times over.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would take season 2 of Discovery, watch that twice as much before I ever watch the entirety of season 2 of Strange New Worlds. Ever.
Really? No, Discovery irritates me much, much more. No, sir. I'm going to disagree with you on that. Nope. No, it just, yeah, no. What you hate is the continuity problem. So, all right, if you don't watch the episode where they go back in time and see Khan, if you delete that episode from your rewatch and you delete the musical episode, can you then get through season 2 at that point?
No,
you still can't
because they still rape Scotty.
All right. The episode where they went back to what was it? What was that planet they went to? Was it Orion? No, Rigel. That was pretty. I liked that episode. That was a good one.
That was good.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
That was good, and that was probably the I didn't like it at first when I watched through it. And then I read the comment section on Trek Movie.
Yeah,
everybody blasted it because Pike saved the day.
So the white man.
It was this. It was that. Pike. You had the white.
The white man saved the day. Yeah.
Straight white man saves the day thing.
Yeah, can't have that.
I like that episode a lot more.
God forbid. Jeff is saying they destroy the Spock character. Well, all right, with the one where he became human. All right, yeah, that is a problem too. So you got to delete that episode too. All right, so you got to remove about 3 or 4 episodes from season 2,
yeah.
which is about half of it, and then it's watchable, right?
Let's say yeah.
I don't mind the relationship with Chapel though either. I don't mind that he can have relationships. That doesn't bother me either. Even the stuff with T'Pring doesn't bother me that much. It's not bugging me. What bugged me is that okay, before Spock could only, like I said, get down once every 7 years. That was peculiar. At least now you're seeing he can have relationships if he chooses to.
Yeah.
Although it's not the Vulcan way, but probably too much.
I think the blood fever is once every 7 years, but that doesn't mean that they can't F.
Well,
in between.
But they've kind of hinted that though in the series, right? They've kind of hinted. No,
just because you've never really seen them in private, and I can,
yeah,
and I highly doubt Amanda's waiting 7 years in between to get some D.
Yeah, it's true.
So.
That's true.
I don't think so.
It's not logical. It's not logical.
Not at all.
Yeah. Remember the Doctor singing his song, Tinker Tenor Doctor Spy? Is that what it was? No, was that this? Was that the one? Oh, no, was it Tinker Tenor Doctor Spy? Yeah. No, it wasn't that one, was it? Yeah, it was that one where he's daydreaming. He sings the song, right?
Yeah.
It's illogical. You've just gone 7 years about, right? You've just gone without for 7 years about. That was a great episode. He still sings that song at the conventions. Robert Picardo, if you ask him nicely.
Part of destroying Spock is T'Pring.
This part, well,
they did screw up T'Pring.
Because you're right. Because what did she say in Amok Time? Right?
She's beautiful, Spock. Who is she?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Parted and never parted, or something, right? Yeah, who is she?
Well, don't you know? Don't you remember what happened under Pike with didn't happen, Spock.
And they didn't bring Stan into this, did they? I was waiting for Stan. Oh, did they bring him up in that one? They did, right? Yeah, they did. And I'll still have Stan. Shills. All right. Thomas, what I do is I take the money that I get from Paramount Plus, which right now is a free trial right now if you sign up online, and I give it as coffee money to John. Okay, so it goes right. I funnel the money right from Paramount to John the Beard.
Yeah, and then he gets the PDF file or the G spread of the board.
Yes, I get the board. Right, exactly. I'll miss a few on purpose, right? I'll just make it look okay. Right, yeah.
A few games to make everybody else feel like they've got a chance, but other than that, no, he gets all the answers ahead of time.
We forgive Cinnabon for being a shill. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. No, it's not that hopeful. I mean, it really isn't. We maybe, one or two. I think Star Trek's going to go for a pause again, too. It's not going to continue like this for much longer.
Yeah.
It's just not. No one's watching it. Nobody's watching this. Nobody.
Legacy, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. I would, if they were smart, they would put all their eggs into Legacy. Just stop everything else. Just stop it all. Okay. Just end it. End it, done. All right. If season 5 of Discovery is produced, I guess eventually you're going to have to release it. I get it. But this season, the Section 31 thing, the Starfleet Academy, nobody wants it. Just shelve it and put all of your money and all your resources, give the reins to Harrington Tallis, and just let him go. Just let him go. And you may have a show on your hands.
Can
you imagine that? Yeah. Imagine Captain 7 of 9 for 3 or 4 or 5 seasons.
No.
Well, okay. Well, all right. Well, then they got to fix it up. Maybe they got to bring back Shaw. Bring him back from the dead somehow. I don't know. I mean,
Mirror Shaw comes back and
something. Give her a foil. Yeah.
What I'm deathly afraid of is that they're going to green light. They'll green light Legacy, but give it to Akiva Goldsman.
He doesn't want. I don't know if he wants any part of it. His name will be on it. I don't think he wants any part of it though. You could tell. It's like whenever they ask him about Picard season 3, or he kind of gets this look on his face, like, yeah, well, we've heard the fans. That's actually Kurtzman I'm thinking of, but
yeah,
Goldsman, yeah,
we hear the
Goldsman's not as bad as Kurtzman. Yeah,
it doesn't mean they're doing anything about it.
No, he's just saying the company line. He's just not trying not to trash one of their products that he doesn't agree with.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. I think it's coming to an end. I think we have another year or 2 left of Star Trek for right now, and I think that's it.
We've got we have Prodigy season 2 coming out.
The cartoons, I don't know. They're not really. Again, who's watching this stuff?
My kids are.
Okay, well that's good if they are. I mean, I'm really glad that they are, but I don't know.
And it's top 10 here in Japan.
And Paramount Plus dropped it.
Yeah, but Netflix picked it up.
Okay, that's good.
And it's top 10. It's not number 1 by any means.
But it's top 10. Okay, well that's interesting to know. It does have that kind of Japanese animation look to it, so I could see where the Japanese people may dig that show. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no Japanese subtitles or Japanese voice dialogue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think they've had time to do the Japanese work on it.
Well, that would usually be on a DVD release or something, right? Or Blu-ray.
No. It'll come out, just not right away. I mean,
not right away. They have to get voice actors, or at least subtitles have to be on there. Okay.
Yeah. Lower Decks probably has another year. Oh, Lower Decks is going into its final season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hear anybody talking about this stuff except us. Like, I don't know anybody in my personal life that watches these shows. That's what I'm trying to say. Nobody. I'm just a Star Trek nut, and I barely watch the animated stuff.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know.
Not canon anyway, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I thought it is canon though. Lower Decks is canon because of the crossover episode, right? Or at least that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of legitimized it, right?
It still can't be though, but that episode could be uncanon. Like some people think Flashback's not canon either from Voyager.
Flashback is not canon because
Valtane lives at the end of Star Trek.
Right. 6. That's true.
But you dismiss it by saying Gul Tuvok is having his
brain damage or his memory is faulty or something, right?
Yeah, with the alien bug thing.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that,
Baltain, get away from that console.
Dimitri, you must.
Dimitri, you must.
But then,
good.
how would you explain the migration of that bug from Valtane?
Well, if he passed it on as he was dying, right? So that's true. If he didn't die, then yeah. But they could have said he was near death. They could have justified if they actually paid attention. They could have said he was near death, so the bug jumped.
Yeah.
At that point, even though he may have survived, he was near death.
Yeah, but that was expressly said that he died.
He died.
So that episode is not canon.
It was a little sloppy. I'm not gonna say it's not canon. I just think I think it was a little sloppy.
The dead non-canon episode.
It's not canon. So now we're nitpicking particular episodes, whether they're canon or not.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that was really pissed off about the episode Parallels with Worf.
Oh, yeah.
He says that destroyed just so much integrity of the Starfleet or the Star Trek timeline. Because if you have all these alternate universes and alternate realities, it just dilutes the one that you're in. Like he despised that episode. And I never had a problem with it like that.
And then you got a problem with Mirror Mirror.
But see, Mirror Mirror is one universe that's directly parallel. Like you can justify that one, but somehow you can't justify an infinite number of universes where there's, a million different versions of what happened, or what could have happened.
Hold on.
Quantum realities or something, whatever he
we're
said.
Watching this. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull something that you'll actually like.
Sure.
I think it's called Parallel.
I just rewatched, what was it? Voyager Timeless, I guess it was. Was that the one where they crashed the ship? The 100th episode. Yeah. Great episode. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Like, I mean, that is the way it was. I mean, and LeVar Burton directed that one, but it was tight. Like the writing was tight. The way they flipped back between the different timelines back and forth, or time frames, I should say. Just a really, really tight episode.
I'm scrubbing on this one episode that I'm looking at. I wanted to do this because I wanted to lambast the living
Which one?
crap out of this episode. I'll actually share the screen now, and then you
Sure.
can see what I'm trying to find. Let's see, share screen. This crap. This is just absolute garbage.
See, and with this episode we just watched, there's not much to make fun of. Like I enjoyed this, like, a couple little things, but it was like this was so good.
This is so bad.
All right, yeah.
So it's a take on Parallel.
Excalibur. Are they using the same set?
Magnify. Full scan. Is that a Federation starship?
The registry and transponder signal read NCC 1705.
Keep the eyebrow down,
USS
mister. Keep it
Excalibur.
down. Keep that eyebrow down. You're not who you think you are. Is that Tony Todd?
No.
Oh.
This is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is like Parallels. This
It's
is like Parallels.
Kelvin.
This is Parallels. And
So that's the Kelvin universe. Okay.
right, all of these different franchises are coming together to do battle of some sort.
Really? We should watch this one. This actually looks pretty interesting.
It's terrible. It's absolutely.
But that's good. But that's good for us. That's better for us. Yeah, that's better for us, though.
I'm gonna play this one. This is this. All these ships.
Where did that ship come from? The
Oh, it's-
Edselverse?
The
We need to stay alert
Edselverse.
on the helm. That's going to keep happening.
I think
Message coming in, sir.
And they use
This is Captain Jennings of the USS Excalibur. Our life support is...
Jennings? Isn't he the guy who works in waste reclamation and wears the really ugly sweaters?
Antimatter... Request emergency...
She's ready to barf.
Captain Allenby, their antimatter containment field is failing.
All available power to forward shields. Helm, full reverse.
Hi.
Good. Blow it up.
Yep.
Good. Oh, it's the Orville.
They're contained.
This is crazy. I've never seen this before. Oh
let's
man.
watch the teaser of this one real quick.
Okay.
We'll get on another versus.
Yeah. We definitely got to do this one. This is good.
I'll show you the teaser. The failure starts as soon as I press play.
Space windows forming.
Stargate Primary Universe. Okay.
That can't be right.
Oh, is that Cochran's?
Yeah, it's Cochran. He's not an actor, and he's going to show you right now.
Solution Alliance. They're powering weapons.
Shields to maximum. Major Hunter, fire all forward railgun batteries. What happened? Where are we?
We're in the same system, but the motherships have gone. No trace.
Detecting multiple other ships. Designs I don't recognize.
Looks like his father.
Today just got a little more complicated.
Oh my god.
Captain's log.
Ferocious.
Wow.
Ferocious acting.
Ooh. Well, it may be fun. It may be fun.
Sam Cockings is a wonderful model maker. Stay behind the camera, would you?
He's a fan. He's a fan like the rest of us. And sometimes when you're a fan, the urge to get involved in it just overtakes your good sensibilities, right?
Yeah. When you make art, you open yourself up for criticism.
That's true.
It's like that Mel Brooks movie, History of the World Part 1.
It's good to be the king.
Yep. They had the very first scene was the dude with the cave drawings, and everybody's like, yeah. And then they said the first art critic, and he takes a piss on it.
I show you these 15 commandments. These 10 commandments.
Who's in space? Everybody's flying a Star of David class starship.
That's great. I didn't know they were Jewish. Oh, that's Spaceballs.
Mel Brooks accounts. Leave us alone, good. Mel Brooks. The village is burning.
I still like High Anxiety. That's one of my favorite ones, honestly. I know it's not one of his most popular ones, but that's one of my most favorite Mel Brooks films.
Spaceballs and Men in Tights.
Men in Tights is good. Spaceballs, obviously.
I don't know.
High Anxiety.
Blazing Saddles, actually.
That's everyone loves that one.
My number one.
Yeah. Young Frankenstein. I mean, that's Gene Wilder just took it home with that one. Frankenstein.
He was great in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
The climactic battle. They go offset.
Yeah.
Go soundstage at MGM, kicking each other's asses.
It's hilarious.
Oh, Mel Brooks.
He always broke down that fourth wall, right?
Yeah. He didn't knock down the fourth wall. He nuked it.
So, well, this was fun, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this. I know you had some technical issues with your equipment over there, but you seem to be back in the saddle. So
it turned out really good. I'll have to watch this on replay to make sure. Were there any dropped frames on the video?
No,
playback?
just whenever you paused it and then replayed it, it was choppy for the first few seconds, but that's the way it always was before this computer. So it's a StreamYards thing, I think. So yeah, but other than that, it was fine. I mean, as far as I could tell.
I'm getting no slowdown between the chats. I've got all the windows open and everything. I've got no slowdown whatsoever.
No, it's looking good.
So far, so good. Yeah,
looking good.
Definitely have something to do with the graphics card I was using in the old computer.
Yeah. Yeah, you must have had some problems with it. Didn't realize it.
So yeah, this is great.
All right, so we'll do that one next.
I played games great, but didn't do this very well.
Yeah.
This card I have now is the opposite. It does multimedia very well, but doesn't play games.
Okay. Well, you can't have it all. You gotta have two computers then.
I have it all.
One for work and one for play.
Well, I'm a dev, so I've got it.
You gotta have it all.
I teach programming, but I'm also a dev. I gotta be able to play and do multimedia at the same time.
Huh. So what's the next step? You're gonna get another card then?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh, you have one of those water cooled things, or no? You have one of the.
No, I don't. I just
Okay.
fan cooled.
Okay.
Onboard fan.
Right.
Which isn't too bad.
That's good. That's good.
Now I've got an SSD instead of 4 1 terabyte platter drives.
Well, that's got to be helping your performance too, though. A lot.
Yeah.
That's a big bottleneck. Those magnetic drives. I mean, those are huge bottleneck.
I got a crap load of data I got to get off of them though, but
they're reliable enough. You get it.
But I've got the SSD driving this main computer. It's taking the load off the CPU.
Of course. Yeah. You just open up the whole highway right there. It's a lot faster in and out.
And I could actually shut down the computer.
Well, you couldn't shut down the other computer?
No, because the restart process took 45 minutes.
Why?
The platter drives.
What do you mean platter drives? I mean, they start up. What do you mean it took
They
45
start up.
minutes?
They're just the data is so heavy.
Oh, okay. Huh.
That the read speeds are crap.
And you didn't have a RAID set up? That would have helped a bit.
No.
If you had RAID, it would have helped with the performance. Well, a bit. What do you call it? Striping and mirroring.
Oh, John just showed up, man.
Greetings, John. Hey. No, I think he's been here.
Thing, John.
Did he? Oh, yeah. We had fun.
We were signing out.
Thank you for your blessings, John. We appreciate it.
I'm on a platter drive. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You have 4 gigs of 4 separate hard drives to get through? I did.
Wait, 4 terabytes, you mean? Gigabytes.
4 terabytes, not 4 gigs. That would be
Yeah.
terrible. 45 minutes to boot up a computer
4
with 4
gigs. Wow. My 486 had more than that.
Yeah, exactly. One drive has more than that. Apparently, I'm running out of memory space in my brain.
This was fun.
So I guess we'll do in Crisis on Infinite Excalibur's next.
We have to now. We have to because there's too much material there. You know, although this was fun. I forgot how good this episode was. Honestly, I honestly forgot how good Lolani was. Like, this was really good.
Yeah,
and I thought we had more, but I was just captivated by it. I'm watching it. I'm like, this is quality.
We're gonna have want to do this after Jeopardy?
We can. That's always available. Although I do question a trek 8 hours later, so I need to get some sleep in between. But we can figure it out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I have no problem with that. Or otherwise, we can pick another time.
Yeah, we could play New Year's day after New Year.
New Year's Day is not terrible for me either, actually. But then that's the next day for you, right? That's the second.
It would be the second, yeah. I don't have anything going on the second night.
All right, so maybe we'll figure something out. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. You can make it a top of the year special. Like
that would be good.
Something really crappy.
The campier, the better.
Yeah. This is bad.
Because he was just, and it's funny that what was it? Jeff said that he sounded like Archer a bit. You're right. He got more Shatnery. Vic, I'm talking about, as the season went on. So if you watch season like episode 8 or 9, he definitely got more Shatner like, and we had more to pick on, more to have fun with.
It was just Vic being Vic.
He was keeping it tight. Like, he was trying to. I think he was trying to keep the acting tight. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't loose enough. He was loose, but he was just trying to just nail his lines and get it all done. You know.
Which was good.
Yeah. No, it was good. But even his little mannerisms, like the way he was grabbing Lolani's shoulders with his hands like that, you know, that's a Shatner move.
Fun.
You know? Right. And then the double fisted hit, the double kick. That was, you know, perfect.
In the engineering room, and
that was great. What did he beat Khan down with? I never knew what that rod was. What the hell was that thing?
It was supposed to be like a support beam or something, but it was Piece of styrofoam.
Just took them out. I have 5 times your strength. And what? A styrofoam rod takes you out. A couple of chops to the neck, and you're out. Never understood that. I mean, they could have done something a little bit more technological. They could have had them get electrocuted, or they're in engineering, for Christ. You know, they could have done something, right? But no. I'm gonna take the stick out of the thing, and okay, he's out.
Should have just been done with a hollow tube for Beta 3.
Yes, it's merely a hollow tube. How did it spark then? I don't know. How did smoke come out of it? Who knows? A man just died.
Congo's down.
It's good stuff.
He comes back up. You are not one.
From hell's heart, I speak to thee.
At festival.
They should have dropped them off there. Forget about SETI Alpha, man. They should have dropped them off where the Archons were, right? That's it.
3.
Landry's planet. Yeah, what was it? What was it called?
Beta 3.
Yeah, they should have dropped them off right there.
Festival.
What is this festival? I will tame the world. He'll become the new Andrew.
Yeah.
You are not of the body. Yes, but yes.
They come back.
Are not of the body.
Destroyed. We are of Khan.
It is cold in space. It is cold in the body. That would have been perfect. Send them down there. Or you could have sent them over to what is it? Amini R7.
Solve the war.
Solve the war. Yeah. Although if he sent them, they would have actually been nuking the other planet, Vendikar, right? If he sent Khan over to Amini R7,
Miniar would have been done.
Oh, was it Vendikar? What was it?
Miniar versus Vendikar. I don't.
Yeah,
think
Vendikar would have been obliterated. Would have been done. Khan would have built a fleet of ships and nukes and everything else they had at their disposal. And okay.
We have been at war for 500 years.
Yes.
Over tomorrow.
Bold men. It's like watching that right now. That's just yeah. You can't get tired. You have to watch it. Like if it's on TV, we have a station now over here. It's called H&I, Heroes and Icons, and they play a lot of Star Trek every day. You know, they play like episodes of TOS, Next Generation, Voyager, DS9. They play like Magnum PI. They play all kinds of like 80s and 90s stuff, and it's actually a really good channel. But whenever that kind of episode, you just have to stop whatever you're doing and watch it. You know, commercials and all. You can't skip it. You have to take it in for what it is. And Discovery's on. Yeah, no, I'm good. More space battles and yum. Okay, yeah, no thanks.
Yum. So who's from the mirror universe in that scene? Like,
which one?
The Turbo Lift scene where Nan's like yum after
Giorgio.
Yeah, with Giorgio.
Yeah.
Giorgio's
the mirror Giorgio at that point.
Right. Giorgio's the mirror Giorgio, but the way Nan was acting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Who was supposed to be from the mirror universe? I got you. Yeah,
right. Let's go down and make Leland scream for every inch of his life. Yum.
Yum. That's real Starfleet. What was she? She was Benzar? No, she was what was her race from the Barzan?
Yeah, that's right.
The wormhole from the Price.
Me either just now.
Yeah, I was thinking Benzite. I was close. Benzite, Barzan. Yeah.
They still had to breathe.
They had the breather thing. That's true. You're right. They both had the breather things. Yeah. Yum. That's terrible.
Delicious.
Who destroyed that series? I think I was watching Red Letter Media. What is it? He does the Mr. Plinkett, character, right? And yeah, he kept playing that yum. He kept playing it like over and over again, and I'm like, it's stuck in my head because it's so bad. I didn't notice it at the time, but I'm watching this video. I'm like, it's so bad. It's not Star Trek. It's not Star Trek. It's just not. I mean,
Mortal Kombat done.
Yeah, it's Resident Evil or something. That's what it is.
Dear God.
Yeah. Anyway, we're at the 3-hour mark, so
Yeah, I'm gonna close this off so I can get some lunch.
yes, enjoy your lunch.
Indeed. And so we'll be back. I guess we will. This will be impromptu again.
Yep.
Our next show, since we don't know just yet. We're looking probably at the beginning of the year, right?
Yep. New Year's Day or after, sometime.
Yeah.
Shortly
And we'll
after.
be doing Avalon Universe, Crisis on Infinite Excaliburs.
I can't believe I've never heard of this before, but I can see why. I've never watched it, so
It is pure awfulness. Grab some beer, folks, when you come and watch our stream, because you're going to want to be drunk to enjoy what you're about to see if you haven't seen it yet. Please like and subscribe, follow for all of this fun craziness. I want to thank Omnicast.
Thank you, sir.
Good friend. And
Absolutely.
New moderator, so behave yourselves on the channel or else he will eject you into space.
I get my own quarters. Yay! Promoted. Path.
Bird Prey 5 was in the house. Thanks for stopping by. Bird,
Yes.
Thomas Potts, awesome. Glad to see you here. Gorilla, wish you could have stayed longer. Hope you watched this on the replay. Professor Brainy Specs, John DeMarco, you guys are running Jeff Nerdy. And according to Jeff, there is a game coming up in the weekend.
Yeah, it's scheduled. It's on YouTube, scheduled.
Ben shall be there.
Yeah.
And that's it. Pass. He's not even on the stream. All you hear is
he's legendary. Mikey is legendary. Let's just put it that way. But a good man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
Right.
Don't make fun of. Don't make mistake us making fun of Mikey for.
We're not mocking the man. We're mocking his internet connection. Okay,
Yeah.
he's on a dial-up line or something that's makes him lag about 30 seconds minimum.
He's got a good heart. He's a wonderful human being.
Very much. We're not mocking him.
Yeah, when he does his own live streams, he's on better equipment for some reason. I have no idea why. It's probably StreamYard combined with his internet. Mikey Sue's 4, I think, is the name of his channel.
Yep. He has some good content, actually. Yeah.
Find him, and like and subscribe to his channel.
Yep. And please like this video too, folks. It helps the algorithm. Whatever platform you're on, either Rumble or YouTube, please hit the like button. We do appreciate that.
And I'm going to have to re-up some.
John just wrote, "This connection is about on the level of stone knives and bear skins."
Yeah,
stone knives and bear skins. Trying to build a mnemonic memory circuit.
Yeah. Using stone knives and skins.
Edith Keeler must die, Captain.
Edith Keeler. It is a prototype for the horseless carriage. Oh, come on.
I believe it's called Clutch. Oh, wrong episode. That's the other one.
That was Piece of the Action.
Piece of the Action, right.
It wasn't even a time travel episode.
I believe it's called a Clutch. So all that information was in the book, huh? The Horizon left, how to build a car and with a clutch and an engine. Okay, got it. Okay. Right, a lot of stuff in that book.
Gangs of Chicago. It was pretty thick, so
yeah.
In the good book.
The book.
Do it.
All right, guys.
We'll do a special on
it. It's good.
I have to watch Bread and Circuses again.
But that's Star Trek, though. It's a story.
Yeah.
We know it's campy, but it's a good story. If Rome continued into the 20th century, what would it look like? That stimulates your brain. It makes you think. It's not just junk. It's not just junk. It's actually interesting.
Brainy has a point. They observed one through a telescope.
Yes. Just like, Trelane had the same telescope. He was looking back a few hundred years.
Yeah. It was it's a Strange New Worlds reference from the pilot.
Oh, geez.
Because anybody with a telescope could see us do battle a light year from their homeworld and learn how to build a warp drive.
I think I blocked it out of my mind.
That was the pilot.
I haven't rewatched it though. There's no rewatchability.
There
I
is.
suffer through them as they come out, and then I stop. I don't go back and rewatch them. That's the difference. The stuff that we grew up on, this stuff that we talk about week after week, it's rewatchable, and we've watched it hundreds of times. This is not rewatchable to me.
We still do.
Yeah, I have to keep up with these questions that John comes up with. My goodness, I have to force myself to watch. I'm watching the original series, the episodes I don't like to watch. You know, just to in case he throws a weird question out there, I got to be ready for him. You know,
miraculously, we all skip the animated series.
Well, everyone goes pass when this animated series question comes up, unless it's the one with the whale. Everyone knows the whale one, the what do you call ambergris one. Everyone knows that one.
Of course, now I'm answering them because I'm watching animated series.
See, I haven't really caught up to that yet. I started, but I fall asleep.
I mean, I do too, but
yeah. Although I like Filmation because I'm a big He-Man fan. You know, that was the same thing, right? So I like that look.
Not rewatching. This is a good start. Now we just need to move on to not watching it the first time.
Yeah. Watching the first time. How do we do that? Can I have Dr. Pulaski wipe my memory engrams so I never had to see that again? Can I do that?
That'd be great. Get rid of, I don't want to remember this crap.
Just please wipe it out.
Who's Spike? Well, no, I don't want my memories taken away from me. I need my pain. That's because if I don't remember, then I'd actually watch it for the first time. Like, oh, this is cool, and I get disappointed all over again.
And then they start singing.
Yeah.
Apologies. The most peculiar thing. How does that scream go? The Wilhelm scream?
Froze with my dark talk.
All right, guys. It's been fun.
We're going to traumatize everybody with this. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Just for a reminder, for those of you who are like, oh, what's wrong with the Klingons and Strange New Worlds and things like that? Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as Klingon songs. It wasn't that bad. Feast your
Their
eye.
makeup is better. Oh no, let me see.
Why have you? Why you only calling us when you got your drama?
This is terrible.
It's awful.
Look at his face.
Kirk in the back. All right. And with that, we're done.
A presentation of the Tokyo Gaijin.